Welcome, my MGTOW brothers. We have D-Man here tonight, a surprise guest. And Ape, it looks like you're in the chat with nobody else. So come on in.
Good evening, guys.
I hope everybody is whole and well. I know Scotty was planning on listening to us as he's driving across the country. Because those guys started their epic road trip to go from Portland, Oregon, drive from Portland, Oregon to Chicago. Howdy, Indy, Mr. Hemi 4-Speed, Island Hermit. Welcome, 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 one and all. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but they passed a verdict today in the Bill Cosby civil trial. And Bill Cosby has to pay $500,000 in legal fees. He didn't get any punitive damages assigned against him, but he still has to pay for the fucking lawyers of both sides. Isn't that a crock of shit?
Yeah, I saw that also.
Cosby was accused of fingering a 16-year-old in the Playboy Mansion. And my question is, what the hell is a 16-year-old doing in the Playboy Mansion? Ape, I already invited you onto the stream, Ape. Pull your beard out of your ears. You might hear better. Anyways, if anybody wants to come on and talk about this, that'd be great. Chris Mitchell was supposed to be here, but he has not shown up.
That's a good question, Brandon, what you just brought up. Now, I haven't been following the news or any of this case. Do you know if that question was mentioned at all anywhere throughout this?
Oh, I'm sure Cosby's that Cosby's lawyers brought it up. They'd be criminally liable for negligence if they hadn't. You know, but everybody has known since the middle of the 1950s that the Playboy Mansion was a place where all types of adult hijinks went on. It was a party place then, it's a party place now, even with Hefner being dead. No evidence whatsoever, just the he said, she said. There's evidence that she was in the mansion at the same time Cosby was, because they have a guard, and the guard kept a log. But there's no evidence that anything happened. There's no evidence that the two were even together, because Cosby claims that he never met the woman. But on the strength of her word, he's got to pay 50 grand. Excuse me, 500 grand. Hemi says they sniffed the finger. It's possible, but I don't know. You know, I've run into some skank pussy in my life, but I don't think I've ever had one that would last. What is that? 50 years? Because this happened back in the 70s, she said. I think it's a money grab on her part. Yep, civil court, not criminal. Cosby already got tried, convicted, and then had his conviction overturned in criminal court. He spent 3 years in jail. And then was exonerated.
So, Brandon, this was a case then about money in the public eye and you know, dragging someone through the ringer again then, right?
Yep. Hey, and we have the one and only ringer dragger himself, Father Saunders. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, how you doing, guys? D-Man, how you doing?
Hey, brother.
Hey, man, thanks for all the stuff you do to get the exposure and whatnot out there for all of us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. In case y'all don't know it, D-Man was my very first subscriber.
Oh,
And a lot of us.
I think I remember you saying that at one point before. Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot of us that D-Man was the first subscriber, and he always goes the extra mile to help the new people out.
Yeah, he definitely does.
I
remember you gave me shit, Brandon. You're like, well, you finally fucking subscribed. It's about freaking time. I know there's a lot of people that I'm not subscribed to that I should be, and I always feel like a little bit overwhelmed because I already have like 120. Now, not all of the 120 subs I have are active all the time, but you guys know how hard it is to keep up on all that shit just in our small little community, let alone, all the other subs that you might have before even becoming a member of it.
I don't have any. Everybody who comments that I like, and a lot of them, even if they don't have content, I'll subscribe to them just to see what they put out.
Yeah.
Welcome, Rob.
Where's Commander Butthole? Yeah, I'm here.
So anybody who wants to come on is welcome to come on. Ape, Polska, Zechariah, Island, any of you guys? Hemi.
Yeah, that shit's I don't know if you've touched on it yet already, Brandon, but I can't believe that this shit can happen, 40 years later when it comes to Bill Cosby and things like that. Isn't there outside of something like murder, isn't there a statute of limitations, or did that get wiped away?
Well, I believe that changes from state to state.
Hello, Poopy Butthole, and hello, Hermit.
How you doing, Father Saunders? What's up, guys? Just got home from the gym, drinking a protein shake. Figure I'd jump on for a minute.
Well, we like to, before you get started, like to also welcome the best beard in MGTOW.
The beard of MGTOW.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Bill?
What's up?
What's up, guys? Good to see y'all.
So, wait, this happened 50 years ago, and he's now getting in trouble for it?
Yeah.
She's just now bringing a civil case.
It should get thrown out. This is fucking retarded.
It's getting ridiculous, guys, because not just with that, but like I fucked around when I was in college 22 years ago. Who says that I don't somehow get known or something like that, and all of a sudden I have girls coming out saying, oh, yeah.
This is another reason why I don't show my face, because you never know. Somebody, say like my channel gets halfway decent and somebody's like, oh, I don't like what he's saying. I'm going to say he did this to me. Or like sometimes I get paranoid because like about 2-3 years ago, I smashed this girl off of Tinder, and now I see her at the gym. She goes the same fucking time I go. I seen her today, and she's always giving me dirty looks. Who knows if one day she's going to be like, you know what? I want to get revenge because he stopped talking to me, and then she fucking makes some shit up, and then I got fucking police kicking in my door like the next day. You never know.
Yeah, the single mother.
You realize you were the guy that gave her herpes gynosyphilis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I met this girl off of Tinder probably 2-3 summers ago. 5'7", fit, dark black hair. She was pretty cute. And then after I smashed, she was like, I got 5 kids. And I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And then I never talked to her again. And now she goes to my gym, and I see her all the fucking time, and she gives me dirty ass looks. And I get paranoid because the world that we live in, who knows? She could be like, you know what? Fuck that dude. The good thing is, she probably doesn't remember my name. I don't remember her name, but she could still, fucking I see her almost every day at the gym. So.
Well, if any of her kids were at home while you were smashing her, she could say you're a father figure, and now she's going to get some child support on your ass.
One bad thing is she came to my house, but I highly doubt she remembers how to get to my house.
It depends on how active a CC rider she was.
Yeah, if you gave her, as Pop would say, the the 8 or higher D out of 10, then you're gonna have a stalker.
Well, yeah,
That's
she's
why-
only been in my house
Well, you
once,
never-
and I
you never
highly
have
doubt she
sex with her
remembers.
too good because you don't want to have a stalker.
Oh yeah, I had a stalker back when I was 22. I banged the fucking owner's granddaughter, and I stopped talking to her, and she kept walking past my house, and I thought I was gonna get fired for that. And then my dumbass fucked her sister too, and they got into a huge fight over me at work. Dude, I'm so lucky I still have my job.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't do that shit no more, but I was 22, I was still dick thinking, so.
Well, in my opinion, it negates validity to people who actually were harassed, because the more you cry wolf, the less people are going to believe, even the ones that it actually did happen to. It's just you're going to get that apathy, you're going to get that indifference, like, oh, I don't care anymore, I just don't believe it. And then if you do, I understand when people like someone like Bill Cosby, as much of a figure he is, and how liked he was or still maybe is, and all the money, I could understand how it could be very intimidating. But if it really bothered you, you go right away. I don't know what they had back in the 70s, obviously, but you go right away and you report it. You don't report it 20, 30, 40 years later. Okay?
Exactly.
You just don't do that.
It's kind of a joke that we live in a world where it gets taken serious after that amount of time.
Yeah, at longest, it shouldn't be more than a week, because don't you have to like do DNA kits and whatnot? So,
Well, they wouldn't have got any DNA off of a finger anyways. They didn't have DNA back in the 70s.
yeah, they didn't have
DNA
it.
testing.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
a week tops.
Well,
Maybe that you should be reporting that and going.
Welcome, Ghost MGTOW.
Ghost, what's up?
Hey, what up, dudes?
Ghost is Poopy Butthole's alter ego. Poopy Butthole.
Right.
Poopy Butthole is the actual person. This is his actual other ego.
I was
Yeah.
wondering if Poopy Butthole was pooping while standing, but I didn't want to ask.
Poopy while standing me and him had a moment last night where he's like, "Man, we're like the yin and yang, because I sit while peeing and he poops while standing."
That
That was a good stream you had last night with Chris.
Oh, I thought it went really good.
I watched part of it.
I kind of was really like going off on some tangents there, man. But I get into those moods sometimes, and last night was one of those things. And no, I don't have a new friend. Damn you, True Blood.
Yeah, who's Father Saunders' new friend?
I think he's talking about Whoremaxxer.
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
I don't know. It's not really like a big thing. It doesn't keep me up at night, obviously. But with him coming on there and saying the things that he did, we had a good stream last night with Chris, where you can not agree with someone and not bash him. It's really easy.
Wait, did Whoremaxxer jump on your stream?
He jumped on Cowboy stream.
Oh God, dude, I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, I mean, but he was talking a whole bunch of shit about how MGTOW's this and MGTOW's that, and it's wrong, and you're going to be this negative thing or this negative thing. Like, you don't have to be a MGTOW to have a good conversation with us. You can disagree, and like I could disagree with True Blood or Mouth Agape, and I can do that without bashing them. Okay, it's very.
I'm pretty sure that dude's like mentally ill though, because if you go through his channel, he's doing like a ton of fucking weird shit.
Yeah,
and then
I had everybody watch one of them.
yeah, and then I didn't even know who he was until I seen the video where he was talking shit about Vention MGTOW after he died, which was fucked up. And then he was talking shit about Hammerhand too, and I was like, yeah, fuck this dude.
Yeah, trying to say, like, you can disagree and not talk shit, right? Like, I don't agree with Hammerhand, for example, on this one thing. That doesn't mean you bash him. And with Hammer, he was trying to equate it to, MGTOW is for people that have already been there, have already done that, or 50 plus. It's no good for anyone younger. And I can negate that in one question. How many of us have read, seen, or heard that we wish we knew what we did now in our teenagers, 20s, or 30s about women and female nature? So therefore, it can't just be for 50 people 50 years older, because we wish we would have known it before.
Oh yeah, because you imagine getting red pilled at 16.
Yeah, I mean, we probably still would have made dumb mistakes, but at least we would have been more aware of what's going on and why this is happening. You know what I mean? So
Well,
it's
look-
relevant for anybody, in my
Look
opinion.
how many of these young bloods are in the comment section saying, I'm 20 years old and I'm so grateful that I found these channels.
Yeah. So we've all seen it, we've all heard it, and therefore
We had
negates
we had that young what's his name? Young Buddha? Young Buddha?
Young Buddha.
He's like
he's
15, 16 years old.
No,
Yeah,
he's like
he started
14,
when
he's
he was
like 13,
14.
14.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I thought he was 15.
Yeah.
He's
Either way,
15
He might
now,
be
but he
now.
was,
I don't know.
it doesn't matter how old the teenager is. That's still very young to get, red pilled.
I don't even know if that's good for a person to get red pilled at that age.
Well, I encourage people to still go out. It's like no one in here is going to discourage someone to go out and meet women and be with women because it's a natural thing to do. It's just that we want these things to be in the back of people's mind so that they don't always have to sit there and say, is it me? Do I keep fucking up? Why do I keep trying to fix these things? Now you can be explained to as why. It's not you. Okay, it's not always you. It's these things here too, like a lot of us didn't know, because us as men, especially if you're my age or older, we wanted to fix things. We thought, okay, what can I do better, instead of looking at the bigger picture that it wasn't really us. Maybe to a smaller degree on how we reacted in some things, but the overall thing is, if we would have known a lot more and didn't believe and didn't have all the conditioning that we did, we could have been a lot better off. We could definitely have more money in the account, I can tell you that.
I don't know about you guys, but since I been red pilled, I can't even really look at women the same. Yeah, I still look at them and they're they're pretty and all this shit, but just something in the back of my mind is stay away.
Yeah, it's like they're like a different species now.
Yeah. I don't bother with it. Of course I'm going to look. There's not a man, even a monk is going to look. It doesn't mean you go and you engage. Sometimes people don't look.
Hey, Squirrel Slayer. Do you want to get on?
Squirrel Slayer. Oh,
He's
yeah.
22 and he discovered MGTOW at 16.
Wow.
I
That
would
kid's
say
been in the game longer than me.
I would
glad
say
you guys got it.
16 is a good age because we start dating at 16, 17. So I would say red pill knowledge would be good to have at that age.
Well, especially nowadays. And nowadays, with the technology that we have, there's no ignorance on something like that would be a choice now, right? Because it's out there everywhere. You know what I mean?
Well, and it gives these younger guys the tools. They may want to go out there and get a piece of ass. And hey, if you want to do that, go do it. I did it.
Absolutely fine.
But it gives them, like you said, in the back of their mind, they can say, if I fuck up and I knock this broad up, I am fucked for the next 20 years. So maybe they will put that rubber on. Maybe they will think about it and not get in a baby trap.
Well,
Or end up with
MGTOW
some
promotes
psycho.
values, principles, getting your biology under control, and ethics and morals. And that's a counter narrative to what everybody else is giving out. You look at the rest of the media out there and they're saying, woohoo, go have fun, hot girl summer, screw as many people as you want, free love, everything's okay. Just get married, it'll be fine. You'll live happily ever after, all this Disney bullshit.
Have you seen that new short that E-Man 67 put out? And it shows all those. Was it him or Base Chris? It shows all these women learning how to ride on top.
Oh, that was Base Chris.
Yeah, Base Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Future Single Mothers, I think, was the title of it.
Right, and it shows all, and half of these broads look like they were 50 years old.
Yeah.
Did you
was.
guys
You
see
don't
that
know how to
short?
ride a cock at 50 years old?
Yeah, it's like an introduction to riding cock. It's like a cock riding carousel class.
And they're going to go from city to city and have seminars.
Yeah. So they actually have pillows and shit that they're grinding on, teaching them how to ride dick. I was just like,
Did you guys see that short I posted a while ago where 8th grade girls, when asked what they wanted to be when they grow up, they said single mothers. That way they could get a paycheck.
I did not.
Yeah, I saw that.
8th grade. That was their goal.
Wow.
So they could fucking get paid.
Well, look at who they're being raised by.
Yeah, I bet you their single mothers put that in their head.
All these
They're
women
single.
are bitching about, the good men are this and this and that. Well, you're bitching about the men that you're raising. You're raising the men that you're bitching about.
Welcome,
talking
Matt
about-
Downer, Mile High Ronin, and Angler MGTOW.
And Mr. Hemi, no, but I do have some Metamucil, but I'm not drinking it right now.
I thought if you're chugging that with
Yeah.
vodka, you need some help, brother.
He's drinking Ensure.
Yeah. No,
Because he's old as balls.
I had my gastro appointment yesterday, and the doctor's got me on what's called the low FOMAT diet, which I never even heard of, which has to do with polysaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides.
Did you say Flomax?
No, not Flomax.
What kind of foods are you eating then?
I'd have to go get the sheet of paper. I don't think this one has it.
Because I would say I never heard of that diet either, and I've heard of a lot of diets.
Yeah, I never.
No, JR.
I've been around the fitness thing forever, but low FOMAP is basically going to be lower in certain types of things and certain types of foods. So you can still eat a lot of what you normally do, but there might be certain things that have too much of the saccharide shit I just talked about, and your body just doesn't react right to it. So there's also a medication he gave me that I take 2 pills before I eat to help mitigate that or get the gut health back and what have you. And then he recommended Metamucil just for gut health and gut comfort. So I'm going to try it, see how it goes, so that I don't have to keep having all these. Because they diagnosed me with what's called IBS-D, so irritable bowel. It's very hard to pinpoint that shit, but there's different versions. So mine's IBS-D, as in Delta. So I guess it's pretty common. It is treatable, but there's really no cure for it. They don't have like the perfect answer of what causes it. There's a lot of different things that come into play, including your diet, your hormone health, your bacteria in your gut, your stress levels, medications you may be on. I mean, there's a whole slew of different things. But there is foods that cause it to act up a lot worse. That's like onions, peppers, and that sucks because I love them. But this shit ain't fucking worth it. So, because who doesn't like to saute some onions with some mushrooms and put it on their sirloin steak or some shit? That's just delicious. But there's just some foods that cause it to act up, like broccoli, cauliflower, and I love steamed vegetables, but those really cause my gut to really jack up. So,
did they say anything about like carbohydrates or anything? Because that can be an inflammatory, like wheat.
Yeah, wheat's part of it. Wheat can be part of it. I can't give you the exact description because when a doctor talks to you, it's hard to retain all that shit. So I have these papers that
I can understand why the IBS would be hard to retain anything.
Yeah, it is. I got to be within a bathroom within 30 minutes or less after every time I eat, guys, and I'm not kidding about that.
That's because he's the loose butthole commander.
Oh, yeah, he's got to earn his name, Butthole Commander. So
the runny commander. Or you could call it the irritable butthole commander.
Well, that's when you're hungover.
This is not orange juice though, so I don't drink orange juice anymore because that seemed to kind of cause it. So I tried. Okay, let's try. I know it's not good for you. There's not a lot of things that are good for you. I tried Sunny D, and that seems to not bother my gut when I drink it. The Long Island iced teas. I'm going to stay away from those for a while. I'm not going to buy any more liquor for that for a while because I can't. When it comes down to it, guys, a screwdriver is just my drink. That's just the way it is, and I feel like having one tonight, so I'm going to.
I'm drinking creatine right now. I got some rich Piana creatine.
Yeah,
I'm drinking some.
Is that a Clamato?
Tomatoes and clam juice. So
Clamato's good.
Yeah,
I like Clamato, but is that like with V8? You put V8.
It sounds like a venereal disease.
Yeah,
it's got Clamato juice in it, so it's the clam juice in the tomato juice.
Yeah, gotcha.
You ever seen that jug of Clamato they sell as a mixer?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
chlamydia
it's
juice.
Yeah, it's chlamydia juice.
Dude, this
He wants that around his mouth.
Rich Piana creatine's crazy. It's got I thought there was only one kind of creatine. This shit's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or more kinds of creatine in it.
The most common that we all know of is, of course, the monohydrate.
Yeah, creatine monohydrate's the only one that's scientifically proven to work.
Well, after you get done drinking that, Hermit, you're going to smell like a freaking slaughterhouse floor.
He's going to get them protein farts.
Yeah.
Oh, them protein farts are the worst, dude, especially at work.
Oh.
Do you know where creatine, where they get that from?
It's
Yeah,
from
like red
chicken
meat.
beef, isn't it?
That's part of that's where they get the expensive stuff from. You know where they get the generic creatine from?
Where?
It's a byproduct of coal fired power plants.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Well, I work at a railroad that hauls coal. That's how I make my money. So, Hermit, you keep on chugging that creatine, buddy.
As long as it makes me jacked, I don't care.
Oh man. No, booze kills. You're half right on that, Matt Downer, and I'll tell you why you're half right. Because it doesn't kill me, but it keeps me from killing others. So that's why I drink once in a while, because it keeps my sanity. No, but I don't know. So there's that Maxxer thing. I'm not going to stay on that too much. But also at the same time, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I don't have any issues personally with Cowboy. But if your name has MGTOW in there and you're inviting someone on more than once is always forgivable because you don't know what this person's about, right? So that's always going to be forgivable. And then you can make your decision like, I want this person on again or I don't, right? But to constantly have them on talking the shit that he's talking and how it's not for this, it's not for that, it's bad here, and you screw this guy, you're not going to get anywhere here, and you have MGTOW in your name, why would you want him on multiple times? It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Well, Saunders, Cowboy tries to hear everybody's point of view.
Yeah, I know.
That's one of the good things about Cowboy. Once you get past overlooking the waffling, he believes that and this is old school journalism 101. If you have something that's controversial, you'll get more views.
Yeah, well, of course, drama creates views.
Right.
And I understand that because, civil discourse and all that, I get that. But to have
we agree that Whoremaxxer is a scumbag, and he does not have control over his bodily functions. He doesn't have any ethics, morals, or conscience, basically,
or common sense.
But yeah, I'm well aware that Cowboy likes to hear everybody out. So that's why I said I don't have an issue with Cowboy.
Remember, it's men going their own way. It doesn't mean men going Saunders' way.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why won't Okie fuck off? He made another video about me, so I had to fucking post the clip where I got the TFM's chat to roast him. You guys seen that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. You got that? It was on TFM's thing or whatever in the chat.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, I thought.
D-Man's gonna try to hop back in the chat, but you can only have 6, can you, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm gonna open up a spot, guys. If someone else wants to get in, I got to visit with Brandon.
Gosh dang it, man! I was like, "Oh, D-Man's gonna jump back in. You're already in the damn chat. What the hell am I thinking?"
Well, D-Man, I appreciate you coming on. It's been great to talk to you. We'll do it again another stream.
Definitely. I'm going to free up a spot, guys, because I got to visit with Brandon before the stream even started. So I'm going to hop back in the live chat and I'm going to open up a block here.
Okay. Hey, good to see you, brother.
Man. Good to see you, man.
See you, buddy.
Yeah. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
Hey, did you guys see that? I know he's not necessarily a red pill guy, but you guys know who Jesse Lee Peterson is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do
you guys see that? Like the guys that used to work for him, like he's like getting Me Too'd by guys.
Really? That's what's going on?
Yeah. Like all the guys that used to work for him are like trying to say that he was like he's gay and like tried to fuck him.
So he's getting fucking gaslighted by dudes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome, Angler MGTOW.
Hello, Brandon. Father Saunders.
Angler, what's up, man?
Yo.
Hermit, how are you, bro?
Pretty good.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Okay. So, are you guys still talking about Whoremaxxer?
We did briefly about what I didn't agree. Like you cannot agree with someone but not bash them. It's real easy to do. And what he was saying is just it was just fucking shit.
Yeah, that was a new experience for me. I was surprised that Cowboy didn't kick him out, to be quite honest.
Now, does Whoremaxxer consider himself black pill or no? Because that's what I always thought.
I don't know. It came out of his mouth a couple of times, but if you're black pill, you're not really promoting relationships and all that stuff either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's black pill.
Dude, the black pill is the most confusing thing in the world because I've seen black pill dating coaches before.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It doesn't make any sense to me.
In the conversation that I had with him, like he never identified as black pill, but he did call himself a nihilist. So, you know, one and one equals two.
That could definitely be categorized in there. Not on every channel that I've watched. That's, you know, quote unquote black pill, but there is a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Nihilism.
Well, I don't know if it'd just be nihilism, but like
butthole.
Not butthole.
Black pill is nihilism.
They're in some dark places, but
yeah,
butthole.
I agree, Hermit.
But yeah, nihilism, and then you've got the
stoicism.
What is it? Cynical.
I've also seen black pill dudes basically like describe the black pill and they just describe MGTOW, and I'm like, no, that's MGTOW, that's not black pill. Like I think some of these guys get confused.
Yeah, that's what confuses me about it is like some of them they're basically saying the same thing as MGTOW, but then some of them are like it's like they think that only looks matter, and like a lot of them are like just ugly dudes that are like, well, I'm too ugly to get a girl, so I'm not going to get a girl.
Well, this is one thing that really annoys me with the black pill community, because they say looks matter, which I agree with them, but if looks matter that much, why aren't they going to the gym? For a group of people that is obsessed with looks, you figure they would be the biggest gym rats out of anybody.
Yeah, TFM says that they're basically like guys that wish they were Chad, and they just use like red pill awareness as an excuse to not try.
But here's the thing: if you go to the gym, you can turn into a Chad.
Yeah.
Well, then they'll tell you there's no gym for their face.
Yeah, but
they just don't. They don't want to put in the work.
I can get 20-inch arms, but my chin is still weak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, I don't agree with a lot of things that they say, but I try to look at it kind of like what we talked about, Brandon, you know, different perspectives. I cannot agree, but not bash it, right?
Yep.
The thing is are they really getting the message wrong, or are they actually saying things that maybe some of us actually think? Because in today's day and age, looks is a huge part, especially if you're going to do anything online. If you're not top 5% looks, you ain't getting nowhere. So there is.
Well, that's not true. That's not true at all.
Well, if you're online dating, I think it's very
yeah. If you're online dating, looks matter for sure.
Online dating, yeah. Oh shit, I can't bring. Squirrel's wanting to come in.
I can duck out for a minute if you want.
Sure.
All right, I'll duck out.
Well, Gate, thank you for coming on. I don't know how much longer I'll be on, but I can stay on for a little bit longer too, and I can let someone in as well.
Hey, Squirrel, come back.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to go get my clothes out of the laundry. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right. Last Saturday, my daughter got married, and at the wedding reception, she had me play some songs and sing on my guitar, because she liked me doing that when she was a little girl. And after I got done playing, I had 3 women hitting on me, and I am a 55-year-old fat man. So, you know, and I kept my monkness. And I definitely wasn't going to do anything at my daughter's fucking wedding. But you don't have to be a gym rat to get pussy.
No.
And these weren't fat ladies either.
I was just going to ask you, did you find them attractive?
I found one of them really fucking attractive.
Okay.
Dude, in this day and age, women are so easy. Like, you like the black pill guys. There's 2 different types. They're like, because like all MGTOWs go through a nihilistic phase when you absorb the red pill.
We lost Squirrel.
But the other black pill guys are just like for real incels, dude. Like they just don't have like basic social skills on top of not looking good.
I think a lot of that too is because they were never given that chance. They tried to go out there and they just couldn't get a date, or they couldn't get a woman even to hold their hands, give them a hug. They didn't have any affection, so they're going to be fucked up socially because your social skills are part of being part of group activities and being included and whatnot. And they just, I don't think, developed that because they didn't have those experiences. Yeah. So I think there's definitely arguments to be made on each side, because you have your outliers like you, Brandon, where you had women come up to you. Then you have the other outliers where a woman won't even look their way no matter what it is that they've ever done, and they've never been touched.
Well, just walking down the street, I'm invisible. But, if I can talk to somebody, or if I can, especially if I can tell a joke or a story or something, I've never have had any trouble with pussy.
Well, they call that jester maxing.
Now, but I sing and play guitar too.
And I have a theory that most black pillars are Gen Z. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it is, when you look at the world now and you pay attention to the things, not that you're a part of it, but you pay attention to the things like what's being on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but a lot of people post TikTok stuff, so I see it. And I pay attention to all that because I always want to be able to be relatable to my boys and try to see the world through their eyes, because what we did in our day is not going to work now for the most part. The old ways of dating are just, they're not there. You don't see anybody out, and the people you do see out, you can't get their heads out of a phone. It's just the way it is.
All right. I'd like to welcome to the stream.
There's Squirrel. Okay. I think a lot of it comes down to as well, what led me here was, researching cluster B personality disorders, and somehow that got me to the manosphere. And, along the way, I learned to not, to let go of the labels and just look at behaviors and look at what people are doing. And if you don't like what they're doing, stay the fuck away from them. You know, it doesn't matter about any label or anything like that. It's just, if you don't like what they're doing, get the fuck away from them and do your own thing.
That's why.
All right.
I'm sorry,
Squirrel. Let's hear from Squirrel for a bit. We've been talking about the younger generation. Well, we got a younger guy on here right now.
Give me a second here. Let me find a good parking spot.
All right. I want to say one more thing about the Gen Z. Dude, the Gen Zers are so fucking weird. I went into a Subway the other day, and it was like all Gen Z kids. Every single one of them looked like they were like trans or non-binary or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? One of them had like blue hair, and they're all like kind of dressed like women and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I knew Gen Z was fucked up, but goddamn.
Herman, I live in a small western town with a couple small fast food restaurants, and every damn employee looks just like you described.
Yeah, dude, it's like that. I remember like a couple weeks ago, I went to fucking Burger King, and it was like that at Burger King too. Like, fucking most of Gen Z doesn't even know what gender they want to be. Now, just imagine when they're old enough, like when they're our ages, dude, like the world is going to be 10 times more fucked than it is now.
Yeah. Dude, I went to a fucking Cracker Barrel, and I saw people with multicolored hair and someone that I think was a man, but I couldn't tell. And I'm just like, dude, if it's got a Cracker Barrel in Nebraska, then it's definitely everywhere else.
It's bad, dude.
Yep. It's fucking everywhere. Yeah.
I don't want them touching my shit, and I don't want them serving me, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. And then there's a table of elderly women and elderly guys. I'm guessing in their 70s. And I wonder what the hell they're thinking. They're probably like, what the fuck is that thing? You know what I mean? Because on my food, especially when I'm wearing a hat like this. Who knows if they're spitting in my shit?
Oh, yeah, dude. They probably think you're Hitler.
Yeah, dude. I'm worse than Hitler.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, Squirrel. Did you park?
Yeah. I found a good parking spot. First time caller, long time listener, but Yeah, I don't know. I guess you ask the questions and I'll answer them.
Well, have you been following the Bill Cosby stuff?
The recent Bill Cosby stuff.
Do you even know who Bill Cosby is?
Something about Jello pudding pops. Yeah, I know. He's America's dad. I haven't heard anything about Bill Cosby recently. Other than that, I think it's your channel. There's like a thumbnail of him like giving it to Jen Paskey.
Oh yeah, that didn't actually happen. But the picture of Biden sniffing that one lady's hair is real, and then they
Well, you know that's real. I mean, you know, that's
and
a
she's like,
typical Saturday night for him.
I called her Jen Nutsacky.
Yeah.
Dude,
Honestly,
I made a short of her farting at a press conference and got like 3,000 views, dude.
The new chick they got is worse. She's every diversity box there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Are you
agree.
kidding? I can hardly keep up with Joe. What do you mean? Is he healthy? Stop it. Stop.
Well, the one thing about the new girl is she's actually hot. I don't care if she's a lesbian.
I don't think she's hot.
Well, you know, everybody's got different tastes, Hermit.
Brandon's got stage 5 jungle fever.
It's all big on the inside, brother. But
no, Squirrel, though, I think another thing that Brandon was alluding to is like, what is the dating world now as a 22-year-old? I almost want to say kid, and you're not a kid, but at 22 as a young man. How about that? What's it like out there?
yeah. Well, I mean, as far as I mean, you know, you.
Uh-oh.
That bad, huh?
Yep, that's your answer.
He's not. He's in the Target parking lot. He's not at Walmart yet.
Yeah.
Damn.
Squirrel, we can't hear. If you can hear us, we can't hear you. Okay.
He's probably
Well,
having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't get caught in the Target parking lot.
Signal.
All right, welcome back, Squirrel.
Okay, yeah, technical difficulties out the ass.
No, that's Saunders' problem.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with dating, man, I was gonna say I don't mind being called kid because, you know, look, man, if you're multiple decades older than me, yeah.
Yes,
But,
I have children older than you. Yes.
yeah, exactly. But dating, man, dating is it's impossible. It's not realistic. I think like to date, right, in the modern day and age, as a young guy, right, you got to con yourself, right? You got to play yourself, and you know, you got to make excuses and try to justify dating, right? Like you got to tell yourself lies basically and be like, well, you know, maybe this girl isn't that bad. She's only had a couple in her bed or whatnot, or something like that. Or you got to say, maybe this girl's the one, you know. You got to tell yourself basically lies, man. Or like attribute kind of like these angel-like qualities to women nowadays, because it's like you just got to lie to yourself, right? You got to con yourself, you know.
So, Squirrel, what are some of the worst responses you got after asking a girl out?
Squirrel again.
Yeah, he's making a good point, dude. You really do have to lie to yourself to date a modern woman. Like, honestly, like I'm not necessarily a monk, but I basically am in monk mode because, like, I'll like start talking to a chick, and like after like a couple days, I'm just like, dude, this bitch is fucking insane. Like, or she's got like you just find out how high their body count is, and it's just like there's no like for me, it's like it's almost like monk mode's not even a choice. It's like just like that's just like the only option left.
Yep.
Because they're so like the women today are just so far gone.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
I decided to go monk mode when I went on 6 dates in a row. And the first question out of all 6 of their mouths was, "What do you do for a living?"
Yep. They sizing up your wallet. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I
That's-
How
decided to go monk
girthy is
mode.
that checkbook?
That doesn't get me as much as like the cluster B red flags and or high body counts. Like I don't care. Like I'll be a sugar daddy, but if I'm gonna be a sugar daddy, I want to make sure what I'm paying for is worth it. These women today aren't even worth paying for.
No.
I ain't doing none of that. Like
I remember
when I ended up splitting with my son's mom, I took a year off, and I was like, okay, I met some chick online. Okay, and she was in Michigan, which is a state. She was about 2.5 hours away, and we would spend time together. And she was very skilled at certain things. We'll just leave it there. But one day, I had my son over. She wasn't here, and she's blowing my phone up, and I'm trying to spend time with my son, so I just turned my phone off. And the next day, she's freaking out, and she got pissed off because I was spending time with my son and not giving my attention to her. And that's when I said, okay, it's over. And that's when I decided, fuck this.
Yeah, my baby mama still does that shit now. Like I only give my kid 1 or 2 nights a week, and when he comes over, she like tries to text me the whole time. It's fucking annoying.
Oh,
remember-
that drive me nuts.
a few years ago, I had this chick over, and fucking, I get her back to my place, and we're like fucking making out and shit, and then she fucking like takes my swing out, puts it in her mouth for a minute, and then fucking is like, "Just kidding." I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you serious, bitch?"
Oh, that's not
That was
cool.
the
like
last time I
dreams-
ever talked to her.
Dreams
But-
ruined, man.
What kind of
Fucking
fucked
life
up shit is
over.
that? You just met me, and then you fucking put my schlong in your mouth for like a minute, and then just kidding. Like, what?
Dude,
No,
I had
not
a chick-
cool.
I had a
See
chick
ya!
do that. She was sucking my
Later.
Beat her ass.
Listen to this chick was blowing me, okay? And then she stops in the middle of the blowjob and it's like, "I'm not having sex with you." And I said, "Why not?" And she said, "Okay, I guess I will." like,
What the fuck, dude?
I've had a bunch of girls come over where they're like, "We're not doing anything." Next thing you know, like 45 minutes later, they're like, "So are we gonna fuck her now?" I'm like, "Bitch, you're the one that said we weren't gonna do nothing."
That's
Yeah, they
that's
don't know what they
modern
want.
dating for you, though, man. Always these girls are just like, "Look, motherfucker, it's not gonna happen. I'm not that kind of girl." And then you just put your arm around them, and they just get wet like a fucking waterfall, and it's over.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time a girl said I normally don't do this on the first
Yeah,
date, I'd already be on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
end.
They all say
right?
that.
Yeah,
Have
I normally
Bezos
don't do
cash
that.
by then.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, Zechariah. And I have never had anything but good experiences getting blowjob. But my best experience was I was getting it from this one gal, and I busted it out in her mouth, and she's like, yum, 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 swallows it all up, and she gets done, and she looks up at me, licks her lips, and just says, "Go team."
I had one girl bite my dick so bad that I had teeth marks in it.
God
It
damn.
was terrifying.
Yeah, teeth marks are scary. My ex-wife used to think biting was sexy, and I'm like, "Gay. No, no,
Teeth
no,
marks on
no,
a dick,
bad
that's
girl."
deliberate.
I
That's
mean, biting is biting is sexy, kind of like how a knife against your dick is sexy. It isn't, you know.
Well,
Don't
she
bite
was
the dick.
my
I
ex.
don't know about you
My
guys,
second
that sounds
ex-wife
like a
was
good time.
crazy.
The knife by my dick? That sounds fun. Where is she?
Hey, if you want a knife girl, my ex-wife is she's single again.
I'm good, brother.
Well, that's
No
why
way.
I divorced my second wife. Was she fucking pulled a knife on me?
Yeah, I remember you telling about that story. That shit's insane, man. That's insane.
But if you want a knife for your dick, I'm sure she'd help you out.
There's an old country singer named David Allan Coe, and
Yep.
he wrote these X-rated albums, and one of the verses was, Don't bite the dick that fucks you, honey. You gotta learn to suck it, funny. That's it.
Yeah.
You
But
want
yeah,
to know?
don't bite the dick.
You guys want to know why? Like what Hermit was saying. You want to know why women say?
Oh, we lost Squirrel again.
What are you saying, Father Saunders?
Yeah, when you were talking about when women say, like if you had a nickel for every time they said, "I usually don't do this." Hey, it's my yin and yang.
Welcome, Poop.
What's up, Brandon?
The reason they say that is because
Well, they say it because they don't want to look like horror.
they say it because they know it's shameful, even though they say that their past shouldn't matter and their body count doesn't matter. They know that it is shameful. So that's why they are ashamed, even though they don't want to say it. So they say it subtly by saying shit like that.
They're at the end of their fucking rope. They're out of excuses. Hey, Pooping. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Angler? Hope you're doing well, man.
You too.
Hey,
just
listen,
got
got to tell you. So I got to talk to Coltane. I don't know if you guys know that guy. The old
school.
that guy,
dude.
like Keymaster, Tom Likas, Coltane, Barbarossa, Stardust. Like he was the OG of when I went through my red pill awareness and rage. So yeah, I just got it talking off of him with Humans Discord. Really enjoy. I mean, there's like 5 of us there. Just I wish I could have the semblance of thought that he does and collection of thoughts. Anyway, just it was a good experience, and man, I told him, I was like, you need to put out more content. And he's like, yeah, I've kind of done that. I still do from time to time, but I'm like, there's a lot of guys that, Human does a great job, but I think you and Human together collaboratively, and you guys have done that. I think you need to do more of it. Anyway, it was kind of like, oh, that was a fucking highlight for my week.
Cool. Very
Is
cool.
Coltane on YouTube still or no?
He is.
Hey, Ghost.
Yeah, but he has a different channel. I've seen one of his that it was referred to me by somebody else, so I had to click the link. So I would have to go back and go, is it his channel or the other person's channel? But no, not. I think he stopped like in 2017 or 2018.
Hey, Ghost. Ghost, are you still there? All right, I'm gonna kick you for a bit, Ghost. Oh, there you're back. Squirrel wants to get back on.
Yeah, I'll hop off.
Okay.
Hey, I'm probably gonna hop off too. I got some shit I gotta do real fast. So
Okay.
All right, Hermit, take care, brother.
Later, Hermit.
I'll probably stream in like a week or so. So I'll let everybody know. I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend, so maybe the following weekend after I'll do a stream. So
Hey, Hermit, before you leave,
what's up?
how is the how are things going with Hawaii?
Good. I'm not over there yet. I got the land. I plan on saving up until next summer and then moving over there. Like I said, I'm just planning and saving up, making sure I got a big enough nest egg when I get over there so I don't got to worry about nothing. So
Later,
Right on.
Cubbing.
All right, good to hear.
yeah, all I can really do now is just keep saving and plan and hope the world doesn't go to shit by then.
Yep.
Which I don't even know if I have time, to be honest, with all the fucking, every time you turn on something, fucking things are getting worse by the day. So,
Well, hey, Hermit,
so
for whatever it's worth, if you're whatever percentage in equities, I would re-examine that. I would put it into energies or get out, like cash, Jenny May. I'm just telling you, who knows what the market's going to do. But
I'm not invested in the market at all. So,
all right. So if you're in precious metals, I mean, crypto to me right now is, I don't think I would be in that. But anyway.
yeah, I don't have crypto either. I just have all hardcore cash.
Well, that's probably a good point to be in right now. I mean, who knows where the market's going to be, but I can tell you that this guy's been in it for 40 years that I follow religiously for the past 3 years. He has been spot on, and his position is there's only 12% of out of 16,000 stocks that he follows, 12% are buys. So if that gives you any indication, be very, very cautious of what you do right now.
Yeah, I never really got into any of that because I don't really know anything about it. So I don't really want to get into shit that I don't know about.
Well, hey, Robert Kendall, the Kendall Report, highly recommend. Like it's taken me like a couple years to follow him and understand his trade station, metrics and his Waytech platform. It's a very nominal amount. It's $90 a month. If you want to trade like swing trade or day trade.
Well, we can talk about that on a stock trading channel.
I know.
I did calculate what my cost. I did calculate what my cost of living should be today, if when I get to the island, and from what I'm getting, is it should be anywhere from $370 to $450 a month, which ain't shit at all.
No, that's
fucking A, bro.
Yep. I mean, I would put that into like Vanguard Wellington and like just let it ride.
But I'm a hop off though, guys.
All right. Good night, Hermit.
All right, see you guys.
No.
Peace.
And the guys in chat are saying that we're buffering pretty bad, so I'm gonna as you guys go away, I'm gonna try and limit it to like 3 people after we get down there. But I'm not kicking anybody off right now.
Nope, no issue at all, man. I'll get off here in about 5 minutes.
I was gonna say, I'm a liability.
I can hop off, Saunders.
Me at any time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to come on for about an hour because Brandon's been very patient asking me, and I never get his damn message in time. So I wanted to make sure I got on tonight.
I appreciate that, Saunders.
You betcha. You betcha. No, my middle adopted son is your age, Squirrel. He's 22, and then my oldest adopted is 24, and then my 3 will be 14, 12, and 9. So
yeah,
my 22-year-old, he's a good-looking kid, 6'1", good shape. I taught him all that stuff. He lives a healthy lifestyle. He works construction, and he hasn't had a girlfriend in a long time. He's like, get out there, Dad, at all. He doesn't know what to do, so he does his own thing.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, man, as far as like being like MGTOW and young, people think that you're like a crazy person, and then when they get screwed over by a woman and stuff like that, then they just don't know why it happens, and you keep telling them over and over and over again, they don't love you, they can't love you, this and that, the other, and they just, the older guys, right? They think, well, you're young, you're good looking, you're youth, right? And then the young guys are like, well, you can't get girls, you don't know how to talk to them, you don't know how to keep them, and blah blah blah. But I think that the younger you become MGTOW, the better. Honestly, I think it's really good for you. But I guess the problem would be a lot of young people can't handle that, because it's like it's one of those things. It's these guys' life goal to get married to a good woman, live the dream, right? And it's just like, for those guys to hear that, like, you're basically, that's not possible, it's a fantasy, right? It just, they can't deal with it,
Yeah, your purpose is no longer there.
Yeah.
And it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on another note, right? Your guys' streams and everything like that, very informative. I was gonna say that because I've been watching your guys' streams for I'd say It was One Fast Dak stream. It was after One Fast Dak. Then we all went to Father Saunders' channel, and then since then I've been watching. I think that was like about a month ago, you know. But everything, right? All of the stuff that you guys talked about, Brandon Trueblood, Father Saunders, Unwanted Contriver, everyone, right? I don't remember all the names, right? But I know your voices. But all that stuff, man, I've been telling people like you, Brandon Trueblood, I tell people like your story. I think it was the stream on Betrayal. I think that's what was Father Saunders' stream. And people just like, I tell them that, and you know, they just don't even know what to say. But your guys' stories, I use that. I tell people that as examples. And I got this guy that works with me, and his, you know, they weren't married, right? But she's the mother of his kids, right? This guy
Right.
that I work with, you know, she just kind of screwed him over, and she's with his best friend now. Keep red pilling him. I tell him about, you know, the stuff that you say in your streams and stuff like that. And that guy, you know, depressed as fuck, right? Giving up on life. But when I start saying, you know, when I start telling him this stuff, and he starts seeing that there's other people going through what he's going through, I mean, you could just see, you know, like the color go back into him and stuff like that. So I was going to say, you know,
That's great.
your guys'
That's
streams are really, really helpful.
Well, there's one thing you've got to remember is nobody in MGTOW knows how to keep a woman.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say nobody on the
We
earth
wouldn't
really.
be MGTOW if we did, but
Yeah.
you know,
Squirrel. One
Yeah.
thing you have to be careful with too. You know, it's great that you're taking in all this information and that it's impacting you in a positive way.
Yeah.
But be careful on who you talk to it about, because not everybody is ready for it. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of us, you know,
Yeah,
it's a personal thing, and yeah, so just be careful with who you talk to it about.
Oh yeah. Well, well, there's definitely, you know, you give them, you know, just little red pills at a time, because you know, some guys, right, you just give them the full thing, right, and they just, you know, it's just not gonna work, right? Like some of those guys, it's like dropping a nuclear bomb on their whole entire life perspective.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
it's too much. In fact, the one book that I would say to young men that they should read, almost kind of as a foray into the MGTOW perspective, is Aaron Cleary's book, The Menu.
Yeah.
It literally does, or the Book of Numbers. I mean, I don't know. I'm torn between like which would be one versus better than the other, but
maybe a guy it should be Bachelor Pad Economics.
Well,
I think
yes.
that would probably be the best one.
Well, but
it's, you know, it's not so involved.
Yep.
Well, but the Book of Numbers is one where, or even the Menu, because I think the Book of Numbers is kind of like a corollary to what the Book of Numbers or the Menu is. It does allow men to realize that what you think that you're going to have is not going to be reality. And so knowing that, as Cleary says, the steak is not on the menu, adjust your life accordingly. And that's tough, because, I mean, I think that all of us want that white picket fence, that mother with 2 kids, that we could be you're not going to have that. This is not an option in your life.
Well, we did. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some of us have tried, some of us more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tried my first time for the white picket fence, and the second time was party time.
And neither of which really worked out. But
party time was much more fun, though.
Yeah.
Well, I was also going to say, Father Saunders, I think you were talking about you know, your wife keeping you from, or the police keeping you from seeing your kids or something like that, because the wife, you know, it was your day, right? And the wife was keeping the kids, and it was, you know, you were supposed to look over them at this time. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but thing that stuck out was you said, you know, you wanted to get angry, you wanted to get real mad, but you knew if you did, then the court and everyone would see you as the monster that, you know, they claim that you are, right?
Yep.
And the thing about that is my brother got into some, you know, disputes with his wife, right? And something or other happened, but one of the kids called the cops, right? And you know, my brother, you know, he just, that's what he was saying. He wanted to get real angry. He wanted to freak out, but he didn't, right? But what ended up happening is they send him to jail and whatnot anyway. And he had to spend like a month like away from his wife or something like that. And I mean, that was you know, another type of thing. I was like, you know, this stuff is so common. You know, this stuff is way more common than they would have you to believe. You know, but yeah, I went ahead and I told my brother about that, and you know, like I said, you could kind of see the gears working in their head when, you know, they hear stories that are similar to theirs.
So does seeing something like that so close to home, does that have any impact on you know, kind of what you're thinking?
The what now?
Seeing something like that so close to home, does that have any impact on your thinking?
Like I said, it just you know, the how common it is, right? You know, they would have you to believe that oh well, it's, you know, it only happens every once in a while, and you know, to someone that you hardly know in a place that's, you know, like a small town or whatever. But I mean, you know, the reality is that it, you know, pretty much, I'd imagine in every single marriage, something like that happens at least once, you know. I say very rarely are you not going to get that in a marriage, especially nowadays. But as far as like my personal, you know, views and stuff like that, I was, you know, when it happened, I was like, it didn't even surprise me, you know. I was like, kind of not saying that, you know, I have a bad outlook on their marriage, right? But it's just like, that's just usually what happens, right? Is just bad stuff like that usually happens in modern relationships and whatnot, you know.
Oh yeah, these are not isolated cases. This is very common.
Here's a story that'll scare the shit out of you. When I was getting my divorce, I wasn't even divorced yet. I had the kids, and my ex-wife went to a party, got all liquored up, came over to my apartment because we were split, and just starts beating on the door. Going crazy because the kids weren't at home. And she came home drunk, and the kids weren't there, even though it was my weekend. Right? So I called the police, and I said, there is a crazy woman outside my door. It's my ex-wife, and she's beaten the door down. I'm afraid she's going to destroy my property. Can you come and take her home? Who do you think they arrested?
Fuck that, man.
I was in my house. She came over to my house on my weekend with the kids. She was drunk. I was sober. So You know, that kind of stuff happens all the time. And the cards are stacked against us as men.
Yep.
Now, Brandon, when this happened, did you ever open the door?
I opened the door to the police.
Jesus Christ. And they took you to jail.
They took me to jail.
Because why? Because you didn't turn the kids over? I mean, why?
The what is it, DuPay or DeKalb model or Duluth model.
Yeah.
Duluth
There was
model.
no reason. I had the charges thrown out.
Yeah,
The
but
cop
still,
got,
I mean,
the cop got some type of a reprimand, but fuck it, I still spent the night in jail,
exactly.
and my kids got to watch their dad get hauled off the fucking jail, and I had to pay for the fucking lawyer at $500 an hour to get me out of jail.
Cocksuckers.
Hey, Brandon, yeah, I had a similar experience. The only thing that I could say is that the guys that came over, of course, they separated us, and I'm like, hey, this is exactly what took place. This woman, my ex-wife, was fucking going crazy on me. I threw water on her. I did. You can go back in the kitchen and look at it, but it was like the only way that I could get her to move for me to exit the house. And thankfully they were cool. They were like, hey, you know what? There's no marks on her. We started talking about IDPA, competition, pistol, because I was asking about their firearms, and you know, I shoot competitively. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know if they wouldn't be like, yeah, you're just gonna go sit some time in the tank until tomorrow, cool off. They let me off. I went to my brother's. But yeah, to your point, like it doesn't matter what she does. It's her accusation until you can prove otherwise.
Yeah. So much for innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
Not if you got a dick.
Yep.
Not if you got a dick. Especially not if you have a dick and you're a fucking combat vet and they use PTSD against you in court.
Yeah, Father, what you told me in the chat the other day, that's fucked up.
Yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, I had to go 834 days without seeing my kids.
Yeah.
Well, I got you beat.
Yeah, you and I talked about that. Yeah.
And mine's ongoing.
That is still ongoing. It was now just because I got to see my kids on day 835 didn't mean I gotta have the traditional every other weekend. No. That was 1,221 days. I had to go through reintegration therapy, parenting classes, domestic abuse classes, probation for 4 years that I just got off. It was a shit show, guys. Big shit show.
Was all of that court ordered?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All of it. Yeah,
and you know what? Hey, Father, and I'm sure that your wife used the fact that he is like, you know, he is adept at arm usage. You know, like he's been in the military. Like he knows how to use weapons. Like my ex-wife, like she called the cops because she's like, I'm in fear of guns in the house. And, you know, I shot competitively. And so, yeah, I had a coterie of various size arms, depending on what I was shooting, 3-gun, IDPA. And that was used in order to get the police to escalate it to a higher level. I had 5 cops that showed up at my house, and I'm like, dude, come on in. Like, you know, I told them, yeah, we got into a disagreement. Yeah. She attacked me. I got some minor abrasions on my home or on my arm. Here's my gun safe. It's over here. It's locked. No guns out, because that was their first, you know, question is like, do you have any open arms in the house? I'm like, nope. I've got one underneath the nightstand, but no, other than that, it really, I mean, I was so blue pill unaware or blue pill conditioned when that whole thing took place. And I realized that it wasn't so much that she was in fear. It was, I want to be in control. Mm-hmm. And that changed the whole dynamic after our relationship. And I was like, Because we didn't really fight all that much before then. But once that took place and I threw water on her to stop her from attacking me, I couldn't leave the house. That just made me go, wow, this lady could destroy me if she wanted to. Thank God I had good cops that, I mean, I think they've probably seen that before. DV and, disparity between.
The thing is too that, okay, you threw water on her and you got out. Now switch the tables here. Like, if you were trying to keep her from getting out of the house, you would have been arrested for false imprisonment.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I threw water on her to break her cycle. It was almost like literally like a dog getting fucked by another dog. It was almost to break the cycle of her psyche. She immediately ran up, got on 911, called the cops and said, I'm in fear of my life. There's guns in the house. I don't know what he's going to do. He attacked me. And when they came, I don't know, 10 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, we had a major disagreement. There's water on the floor. I was trying to leave. She wouldn't let me. I've got scrapes on my neck. She was Irish American, second generation, a huge temper. And I just said, hey, look, I wanted to get out. She didn't allow me to. And they separated us, talked to her, talked to me. I mean, I literally was surprised I did not get thrown in jail. I mean, they did say leave the premise. And I went over to my brother's and stayed with them for the night. But I was shocked that I did not get incarcerated because of that. Only because of what she said. It was just, I look back and go, and again, I don't have kids. So Father, I mean, what you've gone through and Brandon, what you've gone through, I look at my ordeal as being not. But I just look at how it turned into, I'm the victim, save me. Thank God these guys were like cool, and because I knew something about firearms and protection and safety, that I wasn't a threat. But if I had been like a loose cannon, I mean, hell, Chris Hemsley. I don't know if you guys have seen this on the news. This happened relatively local to me. This guy, you talk about like Tony Tempa, you talk about like George Floyd. This guy 2 days ago, DV incident there, tasered, wrestled. Here, I don't know if I can share this with you. I may share this with you, Brandon, on the private, and if you can share that with others.
Hammer put out a video on it today.
Did he? Good for him. Oh, that shit. Oh, man. That just roiled my fucking nads.
Yep.
Oh, I'm like,
we need to start publicizing those videos. It worked for Black Lives Matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody knew about who Tony Temple was, and yet everybody remembers what George Floyd was, and it's like there's no correlation between the two. Yeah, Tony Tempa, he had some cocaine in him, mentally ill, which was documented. But what happened to Chris Hemsworth? Oh, dude, oh man. I mean, literally. I mean, it's too new to know exactly all the details. But
well, he was on the ground, 7 cops leaning on him.
Yeah,
and they were still punching him. He's on the ground. He's been tasered.
That Brandon, that one scene where he was just
they beat him to death,
just minorly twitching, and that cop was fucking digging and beating into his leg. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, they beat him to death.
This happened to Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah. Chris,
well, I mean, it goes to show where their priorities are, and
No, not the actor.
Oh, sorry.
No. It's like a local dude.
Oh, I was gonna say that's fucking. I haven't looked at that yet, so I need to look at that. But hey, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pop.
It's ridiculous.
Thank you so much for having me on, brother. I appreciate it.
Later, Father.
Squirrel, good to meet you. Pooping, good to talk to you. Angler, have a good night. Brandon, you have a good night, brother.
Good to meet
Later,
you too.
Saunders.
All right, take
No,
care,
not
Father.
the actor Hermit. Another guy.
What's that?
Island Hermit said the actor, and I'm like, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not the actor, Alan. Yep.
No.
You guys have a good one, guys. Thanks, Brandon.
Take care, bro.
See you, brother.
And then there were 4. And Chris, I know you are in the audience. So if the Emperor wants to jump on, he was running a little late tonight.
I don't know if I can handle his edicts.
I think Pooping brought up a good point with the kids, though, is that, like, you know, me being a young guy, it's like you never been married or anything before, right? A nasty bitch of a breakup is the worst that I could like amount up or think of, right, in my experience, right? But you know, to hear these stories of these dudes with like 10-year marriages, and then the wife just one day walks out and fucks the neighbor, and they got like, you know, 4 kids, something like that, right? You know, it would be hockey mask time. Like I wouldn't know what the fuck to do, you know. You know, just shit like that's crazy, you know.
It's a hell of a surprise.
All right.
So let's.
It is, man. And the best thing is to not put yourself in those shoes.
I figured my ex-wife out when on my birthday I was trying to talk to her about future plans, and she wouldn't talk about planning for the future. And I'm like, we don't have a future, do we? And I busted her that way. I didn't catch her fucking around, and it was one of my friends too, a policeman.
Oh, bonus for you, brother.
Yeah.
Brandon loves those bonuses.
So I would go away to work, and he'd come over and
Long your
get
wife.
busy. But the thing is my ex-wife was a fat pig.
Guys are thirsty, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't matter what the weight, it just matters what the sleeve is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Don't worry, man. Don't need her anymore. I heard about these girls in Louisiana. They got them river whores. They could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, what state was that?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
I always wanted to go to Louisiana.
Well, you know,
Never get down
part
to
of this,
Bonton.
like, I mean, I look at guys like, you know, as much as we want to blame women,
You look at guys, that's gay.
well, no. But like, guys, like, why are you even entertaining or
Hey.
you know, it's just these guys. All right, so get your pee-pee wet. I get it. Like, you want validation. You don't want to fuck somebody. I get it. But it blows my mind of the level of
Night, I love you.
I love you too.
Love you too.
No, but
You bastards.
I'm just amazed at the love. Like, you know, somebody like all right, so, you know, I'm not gonna dox myself, but like Island Hermit with his I don't know, his what do you call it? Like his memes or his tags or whatever for his photo profile. I mean, obviously in good shape. So it would be like somebody like them going up and getting a 280-pound land whale and going, I'm something. I'm you know, I've got validation. Like, to me personally, that it's just why. Like, like, other than to get a nut in a wet hole, like, why would you? Like, to me, it's like I would just be like, I'd be like, yeah, I busted a nut, but the next day I'd be like, oh man,
Well,
you know,
pooping. Not everybody thinks like us, and yet it is an anomaly to sit back and watch this all unfold. And
when
I'm
you
with
say
you, man.
unfold,
I'm like, what the fuck?
folds or the lip folds, like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those people who get their validation from women are really shallow people, and like the PUAs are completely addicted to that feeling. And how those guys have been able to like sell books and classes and stuff, it's like they're addicted to poontang. You know, just like Bob here. Yeah, he's addicted to alcohol, and you don't see him selling any books on how to be a better drunk.
But he could. He totally could. How you maintain frame, boys.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I'm the minister of beer.
Bob, this looks like an opening credit to Jackass.
That's Johnny Knoxville. This jackass.
I'm walking up to the bar, so I'll be on for about 15 minutes.
All right.
What's up, guys? How
Hey,
you doing?
avoid the subway.
Yeah, this is alcoholics cardio.
Yeah. I gotta keep my girlish figure.
So, Bob, have you gotten all the big plans ready for this weekend?
From what we got planned, yeah, it's all set. We're just waiting for everybody to come in.
And are you guys going to be streaming?
Scotty and I said they would, and if the guys wanted to come on, they would like either hand over the mic.
Oh, I bet there's
would,
going to be
like-
some debauchery. There's going to be random streaming. Just all of a sudden, something's going to come on with people screaming and throwing shit and blowing
I'd
stuff
like
up.
to see the guys that don't normally have their faces, like have actual hamster put on a hamster mask. You know,
That would be
I
fun.
thought that would be pretty cool.
I think it might be a little too hot out for a hamster mask.
Oh, it's going to
Hey,
be hot.
Hey, Bob. So, like, how many confirmed folks are going to come?
I think we have with Cowboy and I think we have 10.
And that hamster, you, Cowboy,
Scotty Side, Ike.
Ike.
coming? Ike, okay.
Scotty, Ike, Eric Zombro. I guess 5 Years of Freedom guy is coming.
I think Pops. I think Pops will be down there too.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't know if Pop's going to make it down because he did just find out about his buddy dying. So I don't know. His plans might change.
Yeah. Oh, and Zachariah is going to be streaming on Sunday, so everybody keep an eye out for that.
Well, still 10. That's a good first year. If you want to make this an annual thing, you know, it can only grow.
Yeah, right. And then I think we're going to have some of the local guys come up.
Like
Because we
local
do
guys, you're
like the guys in the chat that are in the city or around the city.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah, there's probably at least a half a dozen of them floating around. God damn it!
Did you get-
People watering
Did
their
you get a
lawn.
hold of Cowboy at all?
I haven't talked to him since like last week. We actually went out for a beer.
Well, Mouth of Gape Abe says you're going to get a $5 footlong against the side of the head.
Well, I got pepper spray this time, so at least I can add that to the sandwich.
Well, next year you should have it down like in Puerto Vallarta.
Fuck that.
or
BC.
in Baja or something.
Ensenada. Yeah. No, I like that idea.
Because our Canadian brothers can't come to the United States, but they can go to Mexico.
That's just retarded.
Well,
How does that
No, you
even
guys
work?
get them here to BC. You're retarded.
but BC's too
What do you
fucking
mean?
expensive.
You guys got passports, don't you? We only call it bring cash for that reason.
All right. So why the fuck would we want to go to BC when you go to like Puerto Vallarta, Ensenada, or Saicita? You know, it's warm.
It's warm here. You just might get eaten alive by mosquitoes. You know?
Maybe baby steps. Maybe next year we can do Michigan City.
Well, the other option for this year was Nashville.
Tennessee or
Well,
Indiana?
If the emperor comes to the States, they're gonna lock him up for being a deadbeat dad.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
look at like 25 years minimum because I ain't being taken alive.
We can hide him.
Yeah, well, the guys figured they could smuggle me across the border. Ain't not that far away, and I don't even think Brandon's that far away.
I'm far
You're
enough.
in Kansas, right? Or
Yeah,
Hammer?
Kansas.
Or Hamster, I was thinking.
Hamster's in St. Louis.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't matter which state I cross, right? It's just wherever we're going that's closest. I can go straight south to anywhere. You know what I mean? I just need to pick up on the other side of the border.
So Chris, I thought like Canada stopped restricting the whole, vaccine mandate. No?
No. Well, if you
No?
fly, no. If you fly, no.
Oh, it's
You
just
can
if you
travel
cross-
across in car. It's just they really wanted to go after the truckers. Yeah, I mean, we have the biggest uncontrolled border in the world, guys. The key word is uncontrolled. You can cross anywhere. Once you're on the other side, find a fucking highway. Pick me up there. Dude, there's actually a few towns that come into Canada, that are in Canada and the U.S. But some of them are actually, I think the one town is actually half or quarter of the way inside Canada, and it's still considered U.S. So instead of being a straight line, it just kind of like essentially has a little loop around it.
Squirrel, where are you located, bro?
I think he's in Louisiana.
Squirrel, you there?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
What about it now?
Where are you located? I mean, no specific.
Oh,
just
dude, I I'm like what you call it?
Itinerant?
I'm close to Mexico, more close to Mexico than I am Canada. What you call it? You know where El Paso's at?
Yeah, I was gonna say Texas or California. Where you at, bro?
Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
right on.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Bob's hosting
bordering though.
Bob's hosting a MGTOW meetup next weekend, Bob.
No, it's Friday.
Friday. Okay, in a few days. So, yeah. Right on. That might be yeah.
Speaking of it being too hot for a hamster mask, man, it was 104 today.
It was 100.
Yeah.
It was 103 yesterday and 90 today, and you could tell the difference.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And normally we get that humid ass heat up here, and we've had like zero humidity for like the past week. So it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as it usually is up here.
Yeah, you could.
Although it's nice out right now, it's only like 80 degrees. Humid ass heat up here, and we've had like zero humidity for like the past week. So It was bad.
Somebody's back, Petey.
Oh, am I echoing? Let me cut out real quick, guys. Now it's only like 80.
All right. Yeah. Well, Zechariah.
Hey, Brandon. I had to disconnect because of my Bluetooth. Is this like repeating or bad audio?
Yeah,
you're
it's
definitely the one.
somebody's echoing.
Yeah, that's Bob. All right.
I think it's Bob.
Bob's out.
All right, that may be me. I'm gonna go mute.
Okay. Yes, it was pooping.
Damn it, pooping.
Anyways, we have totally lost track of the conversation here tonight. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. But Zechariah, I completely agree. After my last stream, where the chat was almost exclusively female, I decided to ban all the females out of my chat. I don't know if that took over. I don't know if that is working that way in YouTube, but I'm not seeing them at all on here in StreamYard. So I agree with you. This is a men's space, and it needs to stay a men's space.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people will have the females on, and it's their channel. They can do what they want. But this is my channel, and I can do what I want.
Yep.
So if you guys have a favorite female contributor, you won't hear her here.
Yeah, get them out of here, man. We don't need that. I was gonna say, I think that a girl on maybe every once a year, sure, but when they start taking over and whatnot and things like that, how many dozens upon dozens of YouTube channels do you know and see where girls just got to wear a crop top or something like that, and they get millions of people listening to them. We can't let them take over places for men, because honestly,
everywhere they've come, they've destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I've noticed, man, is it's like, think about anything, right? Video games, fighting sports, just anything. If a chick gets into it, she sexualizes it and makes it all about her, something like that. They miss the point of what originally was supposed to happen, right? They don't get it. And you just can't let them destroy these places that we have.
Yep. It's just that's just the rules here now. Oh, who'd we lose? Looks like we lost the Emperor.
Chris bowed out. Pooping bowed out.
Yeah, I knew Pooping left because he was having technical difficulties. And I'm completely unrepentant on not having the women. It's part of my monkness. I don't talk to them in real life, and I don't see any reason why I should be talking to them, even if they're pretending or not pretending to be sympathetic. They've all got a story, and it involves either they're celibate, but they don't want to be called a nun because nuns aren't sexy. So
yeah.
What does that matter if you're celibate? They're married. But if they're married, why are they on, with a bunch of guys getting male validation, or their ex, they used to be married, but they're saying good things about the red pill or MGTOW. Now, if you're used to be married, why aren't you still married? Where's your, why aren't you still with the father of your child, woman? And they don't have a good answer for that. It's always the same old cliche of he was abusive, which I just don't believe anymore.
No. Yep.
You mean you don't believe Roma's roast beef sandwich army?
No, I hadn't even gotten to the chameleons yet. Roma Army, for God's sakes! Oh, what a fucking whore!
That's a dumpster fire if I ever seen one,
dude.
I don't need to hear a kind word from the
days.
female. Say that again, squirrel.
I was gonna say, I remember the kind of like the early days of me, first watching like MGTOW content and stuff like that. And dude, you just look through the comment sections of like Roma Army and these chameleons. It's enough to make you puke, man. Just guys that are like, where do I find me a girl like you? Well, I found the good women, and it's just like that. Like she's just like just a nasty, washed up, like used to maybe be hot but isn't hot anymore chick that just says the base, like just the stuff that you hear from everyone else. And like, dude, you just gotta
Well, yeah, I also noticed
army
that.
is man, ready to just bow down.
Yeah, a lot of them that I hear too, like in the chats and stuff, they don't necessarily all like show up on the panels or anything. Oftentimes they don't, but they're always humble bragging, about like, oh yeah, I work out, I can cook, I'm traditional, I go to church, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? And then they'll start bragging about their totes awesome hubby or fiance. And like Brandon was saying, they always seem to be married, or what I know. And it's like, well, why are you here in the first place?
Exactly. If you're married, why in the fuck are you here? Why aren't you in bed with your husband?
Yeah, and they stay on these chats for a really fucking long time.
Mm-hmm.
We take
or
a
if
look at
they're
the time. Yeah.
Well,
if they're single, they try to.
I think
it's almost like they're trolling and trying to make themselves look better, like they're trolling for a man.
Right. Yeah, that too.
Yep.
Rarely do they say that they're single, though. I mean, there's that one that, what's her name? Scorpion or something? She's the worst. She's always going on Hammer Hands and Undead Chronic and stuff.
She starts a lot of conflicts, man. Every stream
she does.
on, she gets into it with somebody, and it's like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
As far as the conflict,
that bitch comes for the drama.
There's a couple.
That's why she's here. She's here for the Scorpion is here for the drama.
Yeah.
There's a couple that I really do not trust, and they're really popular amongst a lot of the men here.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of, involved, as far as, going on live streams and stuff like that. And I finally just cut all that shit out. I'm like, no, none of it. I don't want any of it. No women.
I've seen you in the comment section, Angler, and I think I know who you're talking about. I've seen you go in hard on her.
Yeah.
I don't even know who all of them are.
Yeah, let's not name names because we don't need any drama here.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to name names. You know?
I know. Yeah, I mean, like I just put in the chat other day. I was
Except
watching,
for Scorpion. We can name her because she's a total cunt.
Yeah, she's just she is a total cunt, right? I call her celibate chameleon. I did start some shit with I started some shit with her. I started some shit with her on the I think it was on Hammerhand's channel. He's a MGTOW monk. That's how it's advertised, right? So it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Nobody cares. She's talking about like, I got all these guns and I was in the Venezuelan militia and I can shoot a fly from 500 fucking yards and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, really? Oh yeah, I could bench press more than Island Hermit. Shit. I'm like, come on.
But can you make an omelet?
You're a vegan. Yeah. Oh yeah, she can cook too, man. Oh yeah, she can do it all, dude. Of course.
She's a vegan too.
Oh yeah, she's a vegan. Yeah.
I
That's
never
she got
met
so
a
strong.
vegan that could.
And then she goes on about how anti-abortion she is and traditional she is. Like Vatican I Catholic, fish on Friday. I'm just like, man, come on, give me.
I never met a vegan that could take a punch.
Yeah, exactly.
They just die.
Hawaiian punch.
Yeah, they scream misogynist as they pass out in pain.
Right.
I've only met one vegan that can take a good dick.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they don't eat meat, but they sure like the bone.
Oh,
That's a callback there, Squirrel. You wouldn't understand that one, but us old fucks would.
No, well, I
no,
mean,
but like,
the thing, man, is they make exceptions. They make exceptions when it comes to that meat.
Yeah. When they're riding the
I was gonna
hill
say,
and they're getting dick down.
Yep.
I've got this guy.
They live their life on a sliding scale for sure.
I got a guy
Well,
I work with, and I've been he's married, got a couple kids, and his daughters don't really like him, and his old lady's hassling him all the time, and I'm red pilling the shit out of him. I tell him about he was talking about his daughters, and I was like, oh man, the one must be on the CC, and he's like, what's that? And I said, the cock carrot. He started laughing, and he goes, yeah, you're right. I'm going to have to tell my wife that. And I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh, God.
And then he was telling me different things that, she was mad at me today. So man, every guy I know that I work with, and I work with a lot of guys, every one of them, if they start talking about their old ladies, I try to get them divorced. I say, it's really not that bad. I said, damn, I got more money than I've ever had in my fucking life. And I said, man, getting divorced was the best thing I ever did. And they're like, shut up. But I don't have no kids either, so.
Yeah.
I eat steaks every day for lunch. And this one old man, he called me, he says, hey, how can you afford to eat steaks every day, young man? And I said, well, it's quite simple. I'm single. And he just bowed his head and he went, good point. And he walked off.
Congratulations to Island Hermit for getting 500 subs.
Yeah, good job, man.
Hermit just did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right on.
Yeah, just a month ago you were you broke 100. Now you're at 500. That's good, man. Keep it going.
Hey, isn't it amazing? Like, it almost gets annoying, when you listen to people bitch about their old ladies. Like, I got into a verbal argument. Like, I thought we were going to throw hands at one with my neighbor because, he's got an old lady, and I don't talk about MGTOW in particular with him, but I just say, I don't need a woman. I don't want a woman, and this is why. And a couple of weeks ago, I'm sitting out on my porch, we're just shooting the shit, and we got into an argument. And he's telling me why I'm wrong about women and all this shit. We got kind of loud with each other. It's crazy. I mean,
hey, you brought up a good point, Angler. How many of you guys in real life bring up the acronym MGTOW? Because I don't. I don't say it.
I don't either.
I don't say it. I don't want,
people
recruit it
now as soon as you say it.
Yeah. I don't recruit it by name. Yeah. I just give them little nuggets. Right. But I don't recruit it by name. I've showed, and I'll be honest, when I don't even remember how I even got into the MGTOW philosophy. I was just on the internet searching stuff, and The first ones that come up, and a lot of people have, like me, have fell into that trap. The first ones that come up are Richard Cooper, Rolled Up Tamale, Coach Greg Adams. So I started watching all these, and then I was like, well, god dang, they're still wanting you to go out and chase pussy and then want to be a high value man and buy my book and all this. And I saw a Hammerhand video came up, and it was a short, and I said, who the fuck is Hammerhand?
Right.
Well, it was a short, and it was this goth looking chick that was trying to do this dance where she arches her back and sticks her ass out, and the video was called "Even the Old Bitches Get the Gate." And she started to do
Nice.
this twerk thing, and it made this rusty gate sound. It went and then she's like, oh, and she grabs her back. I laughed so fucking hard. I walked around the shop, and I was showing every dude I know if they were married or not, and they're in tears. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but I got a sub to him. And then off we went. Hammerhand was my entry level drug, I should say.
Oh shit, man! I my first MGTOW video I saw. Man, this is Barbarossa, man. 2011.
19.
No. 2011.
Yeah.
2011. Yeah,
Wow.
it was. I forget the exact name of it, but I eventually, went on over to Stardust directly from him. And back then, I mean, you didn't have a whole lot of like MGTOW producers. It was mostly MRA guys. So I don't know. I was Googling something like, why is feminism destroying society, or why is feminism destroying families, something like that. And then I got a bunch of, I think the first like manosphere videos I ever saw was Karen Strawn, believe it or not. And she mentioned Barbarossa in one of them, or he was in the side, the suggested videos. And I went on over to there, and I'm like, wow, my mind's fucking blown now. And from there on out, I was just kind of like, this MGTOW thing is exactly what I've been looking for. And later that year, I think maybe in 2012, Crack.com, that magazine, they did this huge hit piece on MGTOW, and they mentioned MGTOW forums. And I went and did a beeline right to that place, and that's where I just started. Like I became pretty active in there until this is when Nacho owned it. And
that was like MGTOW HQ, I think, right?
Yeah, it was before it was even called MGTOW HQ. It was just called. I think it was just called. Yeah, it might have been MGTOW HQ, but I think it was just called MGTOWforums.com. Now it's called Going Your Own Way.
Yeah.
They're all paranoid there. It's just a sewing circle of about 10 guys. If you're not in it, they don't want you in there.
No, I know. Unboxed and but yeah, no, I remember back in the day, like MGTOW HQ under Nacho, that was a great active forum.
Oh fuck yeah, it was. They even had like a ghost forum and everything. If you wanted to like do the whole just try to disconnect as much as possible and stuff. And you're right, Pooping. It was a fucking great forum. It had a really good community. Everybody was just it wasn't just even, bitching about women and sharing your stories and everything like that. I mean, they would get into like some pretty deep philosophical and even technical things that you could really learn from there. And I took a lot of that knowledge, and here it is 11 years later, 10 years later. And I mean, my wealth's improved. My stress level is just almost zero. I just did the work, man, and it takes some time. It's like recovering from alcoholism and stuff. You just got to work it, and
baby steps, right?
Yeah, and working those baby steps.
Yep. And the one thing that I would say when I look at like Nacho and what he did, from what I understand, it's pretty much a fucking pussy move. But from what I understand, but again, I don't know all the details behind it. But goingyourownway.com doesn't have quite the traffic that
they don't want it. They don't want it.
Well, yeah. Like Unbox is, he's got a heavy hammer hand on things. Like if you're not like an adamant, like I mean, you could be a young dude come in there and go, don't really know, and he'll be like, no, you're not MGTOW, gone, which I don't agree with, but whatever. It's his platform, or he's the one of the
yeah. I mean, I think the guy who's running the show is Jaeger, and
but Jaeger's been gone for, I mean, over a year.
Oh, really? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, like he owns the domain, but Unboxed and Frog are the quote unquote moderators there.
Gotcha. Right.
But yeah, I mean, I still go out there like week to week or whatever. But
yeah, I mean it's great that you were able to stick around and everything like that. But once it went under new ownership and stuff, it was just it got. Like I said, I felt like it got kind of paranoid, and maybe for good reason. Because I mean, look, like we were mentioning earlier, look at all the YouTube channels that are just getting polluted with like females and trolls and everything like that. And now we have the onus on us that we're potential terrorists and things, and it's we're looking at darker days, I think, in terms of people who want to abide by that acronym. I don't know.
Well, hey, Johnny, your IP and everybody on this stream has probably already been like flagged by the FBI.
I bet.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but incel terrorist potential.
Well, the NSA is watching this video or has it recording right now. I'll guarantee it.
Cool. Be surprised.
Every live stream, every text message, they say they're not recording it. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. That data collection point they have in Utah, that thing has enough memory to store every piece of information that's ever been created by man.
Yeah, it's like over petabytes big. That's how
we are immortal, brothers.
Yeah.
If we go down, we will be remembered, if not like actual, but binary, right?
They're going to say, that mouth agape ape had a good beard. He was an asshole, but he had a good beard.
But you know what? What's most important, mouth agape, is that you bought your beard oil.
They're gonna have
from
the beard in a jar.
Huh? Anyway,
I comb this beard out with liberal tears every morning. I go to work and I just collect them.
Right.
Well, I had a beard. I had a beard when I was still married, and my son asked me one day, Dad, how did your beard get so full? And I told him pussy juice.
Love it.
I was in church one time, and I looked at one of the older gentlemen, and I said, "How do you grow a beard?" And he went, "Boy, what the hell?"
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I looked like I had pubes glued to my face when I was 23 years old. I couldn't grow a beard until I was 23. It looked like a gorilla mask. It looked like somebody just glued pubes on my face.
And
then one day I said, "Fuck it, I just let it
grow musketeer."
I just let it grow for I don't know. I didn't shave for like 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden it just went in. But now all this was, I just usually rock a goatee, but all this is a bet that I have against a buddy of mine. And then we were supposed to go floating down the Yellowstone River, but if you've been watching the news, the Yellowstone River flooded, and they're not going to have the float that after the 4th of July. I only grew a big beard just to one up a buddy of mine, but now I kind of like it, so I think I'll just keep it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I'd keep it, man. Yep.
I do know though that I'm getting. It's funny because I don't see it when I have a shorter goatee, but now that I'm growing longer, you probably can see it. There's a white streak. It's about 10 hairs right there.
It's a slip inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell
he
yeah,
doesn't look like
weird. That's my slippy slide. Cuck Murphy.
It's kind of like Dax. Like Dak has this like little like white, like with
Yeah.
his, yeah.
He's got a
it's like-
handlebar, and then it's white on the
Yeah,
bottom, and
yeah, I'm like,
he shaved it off that
dude.
one time because he says, "I don't want to look like Cuck Murphy."
I remember that. I remember that.
That's what I'd
Dak
be
has
afraid
been
of,
showing
is looking
shorts
like
with-
Cuck Murphy, dude.
Has anybody talked to Dak or gotten a hold of him, or because he's showing some shorts every morning, but
That's about it.
he hasn't done a live stream or anything. Is something going on?
Well, you know, he had that thyroid stuff. He's probably just kind of resting, recuperating. Maybe he doesn't want to do something that's, you know, really heavily involved. I mean, I can't blame him if he went through a rough medical patch.
I think he's okay.
I
I was on a
actually
live.
heard that
I was
he-
on a live stream last night with. Anyway, I was on a live stream last night. Unless the name comes out, I'm not going to say who, but there was some fucking jackass that showed up, just bashing MGTOW, and Dak showed up in the live chat, and he was there for a couple minutes, and he says, "I'm not here for this bullshit."
So that'd be Chris Murphy's stream,
was that
and the
MGTOW's?
asshole would be Whoremaxxer, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Big Cowboys stream. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
That guy was awful, man.
Hey, by the way, is that MGTOW Monger? Is that different than, because I was on another live stream earlier today and got some good like surveillance information on Mexico, but that dude last night, I was like, I can't deal with this. I'm out.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Whoremaxxer? I've heard this name thrown around. I've not unfortunately, I have not like run into the dude, so I don't really know what's going on. He's kind of like Okie Part 2, right?
Dude,
Well,
he
he's
was
worse than
out.
Okie.
He's a
because
fucking asshole. I mean,
he's
he's
going
fucking
after.
narcissistic, and he shows up in people. He'll show up in a stream and sit there and bash MGTOW. He'll insult everybody there. I was surprised that Cowboy didn't kick him out, to be quite honest.
Hey, Angler,
Yo,
try not to talk over people.
I'm sorry, man.
Anyway, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Whoremaxxer is kind of like a crazy person at this point, man. Like, you just watch his content, and I mean, it's just like the decline of man. You know, like regression back into Planet of the Apes or something like that. The only video I seen of him fully right was the one where he's just bashing Vention, and I seen like a couple of others. I was just like, dude, this guy is you know, fucking crazy, like, for lack of a better term, you know.
So this was after he died too. He's shitting on him.
Yeah,
right after, man, right after.
Holy fuck! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty low.
All right, so
yeah,
that was
and
definitely not
very
like,
dumb.
like MGTOW Monger like had Benson down in Mexico helping him out, so different dude. But yeah, like when MGTOW Cowboy, because that there were 3 people on the stream. One person I couldn't identify. There was no name with that, and I think that was Whoremaxxer versus MGTOW Monger. Anyway, just I was like, dude, I'm done. I'm out. He rubbed me the wrong way. Like, you guys don't know. Go out and get some pussy. Go out and like get your rub and tug. Like, dude, whatever makes you happy. I don't give a shit. But don't try and like instill that onto others that maybe are like, you know, not really my bag. But
Do you think he came out of like the POA groups or something like that?
Yeah, it's the difference between the red pill, you know, because you could say, you know, broadly, we're all red pill. And then there's the PUAs and the MRAs and the MGTOWs and, you know, and then there's, yeah.
Yeah, my take was that this was his way to cope with where he was at, which means basically I'm going to pay for pussy. Hey, and I don't judge any man that wants to do that, but his life was that. And that's a separate concept. to me.
Right. When you're wasting all your money in the acquisition of it and all your time and efforts and also getting yourself stressed out, even if you're paying for it, whatever, you know, what's the point in doing that if you're devoting so much time and energy for
You just described marriage, Johnny.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Everything you said right there just described marriage.
That's why I go monk, man.
and Johnny, he had such an elitist attitude of like, you don't understand. Like I was in a swingers club. I got my dick sucked. Look, I'm like, I don't care. Like you are all right. Good for you, but does not mean that needs to translate to what other men should do. And he was like adamant of like, well, you're not a MGTOW if you don't subscribe to pay for pussy, which we all do. But,
the one thing that finally pissed me off with that guy is he told me that I'm poisoning my son with the advice that I'm giving him. And that when he's 17 or 18 years old, that I should go out and buy him a fucking whore.
Oh, dude, that's bad.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
yeah. No, I'm not kidding you at all.
What a fucking douchebag.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, like what kind of
Let me ask you a question. A swingers club. So yeah, you're getting your knot off and somebody else, but you're watching your old lady get railed. Isn't that the definition of a cuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
why would you brag
it was
about
worse.
that?
He acknowledged that he would go up and kiss her face after she sucked dick.
That's fucking disgusting, man.
I was like, all right,
Jesus.
I'm done.
That's Jack Murphy, man. That's Jack Murphy right
exactly.
there.
Not
he likes them snow cones. He loves them snow cones.
I think Whoremaxxer would go for it.
And the bad thing
dude.
about it too,
like
I
think Whoremaxxer would go for that.
No, the bad thing about it too is that he was shaming everybody else. He was shaming MGTOW as a whole. He was shaming everybody on the panel. Yeah. He was just shaming everybody that, if you're not like him, then you're below him, and that he's, the grass of the earth, and that he has all the answers.
Maybe somebody should ask him how much Molly he's took, or how much freaking ecstasy, or what kind of drugs he's on, because that dude doesn't act like he's normal. He's all over the place.
He reminds me of like a pervy gym teacher, like a scummy like used car salesman.
You remind me of
salesman gym teacher.
They should change his name to Lemonade Bob. What does he try to like infiltrate Hammerhand's channel and shit? I don't think I've seen him on there.
Balls. He would
okay.
I don't think so.
Hammerhand would destroy him.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen him on Chronic. Now I understand Undead Chronic is not a dedicated MGTOW channel. I understand that, but I haven't seen him on there either. I guess he just kind of like tries to fuck with people randomly who let him do it. And
he talked mad shit about Hammerhand and Chronic last night as well.
Oh God.
Did he really?
Yep.
Yeah, but when he does that, he's just trying to get clout. He's clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear him try to debate Chronic or Hammerhand, especially Hammerhand.
Me too.
I hate to say this, but Lauren Southern kicked Chronic's ass.
You think so?
I thought that Undead Chronic kind of conceded to her. I do agree with. I don't know if she kicked his ass, but he really turned down the steam for her for a while there.
At least I turned it off after a while, but
she called that other dude in, and he came in and was like Captain Save-A-Ho or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That was my issue with like, and
I didn't hear that part of it.
Oh yeah, she called in. She was supposed to debate this next guy, and she ran over on Chronics, so she invited that guy to come in. So basically, it was a kind of like a 2-on-1 on Chronic, and then, but then he would make points too. Chronic would say something, and he goes, he would call Lauren a hell did he call her? Said something about feminist, and then the other guy jumped in on her and says, "Oh yeah, you are a crazy feminist." Well, then she'd say, "Well, you're a feminist too," to that guy. "Oh yeah, I am," and it was.
Well, the thing about that guy's name is Destiny, and he's Destiny. Yeah, that's his fucking name. He's been plaguing YouTube. He's a bread tuber. He's like a full-on socialist. All right. I mean, like, proud of it. And he is also a verified, admitted cuck. He has this like Swedish girlfriend that he's like, oh yeah, I share. I don't see why I have to be exclusive with her. She doesn't have to be exclusive with me. We hook up with others. I think he might even be bi. Don't quote me on it. Who gives a fuck? But he always wants to go ahead and debate people at like 300 beats per minute with his little like anybody who's right wing. I think he even like debated Ben Shapiro at one point in time a few years ago.
Oh, I would love to see that, Johnny.
He's I mean, as far as bread tube, man, that dude's up there. I don't know why Lauren brought him into that. But
she was supposed to have 3 debates on her show.
Right.
And basically I think they were supposed to be like 20-minute or 40-minute segments a piece. I think she went over, so then she invited him on into her and Chronic's debate, if I remember right. So I watched most of it, and then I kind of got tired of it, and I left.
Well, hey, Mouth Agape, from what I remember, yes, she enjoyed the discussion, and she needed to go to whatever she needed to do. And that's where Destiny came in to help be the fill-in for her debate. So
yeah, because it was her birthday and she was getting loaded up on champagne.
Exactly. And it's like, look, I get it. Like, hey, you have a time frame, 40 minutes, 1 hour, whatever. But when she brought in Destiny to help like cover her, I'm like, this is bullshit. You didn't.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
It seemed like a setup.
Yes.
It almost, I don't know. Definitely something was going on behind the scenes there. Like, where the hell does Lauren get all the freaking money?
Well, and why would she get something? I mean, I'm sorry, but Destiny seemed like a 25 or 28-year-old, 31-year-old fucking soy cuck.
Well, he is.
I looked at him going, just because you speak more
Lauren was trying to Lauren was trying to get Destiny to give her boyfriend tips on how to be a better cuck. That was what was going on behind the scenes.
It's probably true.
Lauren's married.
Well, recently, yeah. But
yeah, she's married and got a kid with that dude that's from Southeast Asia, doesn't she? Or she won't admit it, though. She never admitted that she was married, and she never admitted that she had a kid either.
Yeah, because she's still thirst trapping people.
Right.
I feel sorry for Mr. Southern.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, like,
exactly, Mr. Southern. Yeah. She didn't take his name.
No.
I never trust any woman that's got a hyphenated name.
No.
I heard something like 100% of those marriages all end in divorce. Like if you marry a woman and she takes a hyphenated name or does not take your name, it's assured divorce within 7 years. I don't remember where I saw this. I don't remember where I saw the stat.
Hey, Island Hermit, Okie is like toe fungus. He just keeps coming back.
Oh, is he in the chat or in the?
Hermit is Okie's arch nemesis, and he's talking about Hermit in the chat.
Oh, like in the chat. Yeah,
Hermit's talking about Okie in the chat. I said it backwards.
Oki is good God. That sorry, like yes, Oki. All right, my take on Oki. That guy needs validation to the extreme.
That guy needs fucking psychological help.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember on a stream, and I don't remember whose stream it was, but he was still Oki drummer. Wasn't he
was
Oki
Oki
drummer?
MGTOW, and then he became Oki drummer, and then
Yeah, and he was on a stream, and he was talking, and I want to say that Zombro was on there and somebody else, but he kind of was just doing the old MGTOW stuff, and it was like it wasn't a couple weeks later. It seemed like he had found his old lady. And
I'm thinking about that fucking video that Island Hermit put up with Oki sniffing her panties. Oh my God. That's so disgusting.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Wait a minute. So he's a MGTOW channel, right? But then he
used to be.
He used to be. Then he went and found a woman that he could sniff her panties. Island, that was fucking disgusting. I hope you can hear me, man. Oh, there's the TFM roast. Okay.
He went wailing.
Yeah, he went wailing.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've all fucked women, but that woman, no fucking way. Like Oki looks at it from a MGTOW perspective. In my opinion, it's more of how do I get clout to get other women? I'm a content creator. I've got this many people that he always struck me as somebody that has either high functioning autism or Asperger's. And I'm drunk right now, so but that dude just always struck me as somebody, even early on when you just first got into the manosphere, probably had like 200 or 300 subs, just always struck me as somebody that just didn't resonate right with other dudes. But
like he couldn't interact properly.
Yeah, like truly functioning Asperger's. Mm-hmm. That was my first, like when I listened to one of his channels about like what his issues were and what he was dealing with and where his position was. It was, and I'm no DSM-5 or 4 expert, but
okay,
I just like, God, like, dude, this is why the mainstream media focuses on people like you and MGTOW. Like, you would be the poster child. Anyway.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. He's kind of got like the killer Keemstar disease. He just wants to be in the limelight in some way. Any attention is good attention, even if it's bad attention. I mean, he got on that video and he's bragging about his conquest by proving that, that he got her panties. And these panties just keep unfurling. They're so huge. They're like a goddamn banner. And there's crust on them and shit.
Like I literally
have to look into this.
I think they put the fucking link in the chat. God, don't click on.
Oh yeah, Island just posted it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that asshole.
Like I have more.
I never knew that Oki was this bad, man.
Yeah, well, he's
now he's General.
I thought Oki was just a dude.
He used to just be a weird dude. Now he's a freak.
Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing him like comment on like Hammerhand's videos. I never watched an Oki video. I knew him back when he was Oki drummer, but like hearing all this, I'm gonna have to watch some of his videos because this is like some crazy shit. Like I never heard of any of this before. But about the panties thing, man, bitches always want to give you their panties for some reason, And I just don't get that shit, man. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with them?
He didn't give her the panties, man. He gave her like Fleet of the Ring sail. It's like,
He bought
there's
them
the Slim
to
John
his
B.
He could have slipped him over his head and made a halter top.
Oh god,
Moo-moo.
no.
He could fucking make a little like patio umbrella out of this. Anyway, I you know, look, whatever floats a man's boat, I don't give a shit. But the
Did he
fact
describe
was-
the smell?
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
it was.
What
It
was
was
the
slightly.
smell?
It wasn't.
you're
What did
kidding
he
me.
say? It wasn't acidic. It was
like
Musky?
Penny?
he didn't
He's
say
like-
musty. He said it smelled like not vinegar, but like.
Fuck me.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
tonight you get some hot dog water.
It's just like, imagine corpses in WD-40.
Come on, man. I mean,
Well, it was more like what a shit house on a tuna boat would smell like.
That's bad.
Oh,
Oh, smells like hot ass on a Thursday. Oh.
It just,
The
I think
sad
it was. It would have smelled like piss and bad life decisions.
oh yeah.
the sad thing is that this guy thinks that he is part of the MGTOW community, but
Oh.
yet is elevated because he has a 250-pound ham beast, and he's better than the rest of us that are like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, but
We don't
he's
care.
totally denounced the MGTOW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you know what the irony of the whole thing is, and Squirrel,
Night,
I don't know
Hermit.
if you caught this either, was that like a week before he denounced MGTOW, he was shitting on Polska Bob for talking to Good Mother.
Yeah.
Oh, really? No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he was going. I mean, he was trying to be as neutral as possible. In terms of tone and everything. He wasn't. It wasn't like some big tirade or Philippic or anything like that toward Polska Bob, and Polska was cool about it and everything like that. But he just basically had a couple of videos about that topic.
Yeah, and he was shitting on Outlaw too, because apparently apparently Oki is now Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, and he was telling Outlaw that reborn Christians weren't base enough to call themselves Christian.
So if he was a
Again,
Greek
the
Orthodox,
aspect
does that
of-
mean that she pegs him?
With
I guess-
what?
With a big old musty strap on.
Yeah,
I'm going to use it on me, and then I'm going to use it on you. Anyhow,
I'm just thinking about that video. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, gotta clear my mind. But
hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
Bring this back around to the original conversation. Bill Cosby got screwed over by a woman that is a post-menopausal Me Too.
Oof.
That's how long ago that shit went down. She's postmenopausal. She was 16 in the 70s.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was from 1975 was the accusation. So do the
She's
math.
like 24 or 25 years postmenopausal.
And that shit can come back around. I mean, think about it. How scary is that? If that happened to him, that could happen to any one of us that had sex
Well,
with some shit 20 years ago.
And
Just
we don't
like
have
that-
the money to get out of it.
It's just like that
Right.
English guy that somebody did a video on him the other day that got accused of fingering that old British actress in that train station. Remember, did you guys see that?
No.
I've not heard that
For
one.
2 years, he was under charges and had to fight this, and they had it on CCTV.
Hey, Mouth Agape. This is the guy that was literally walking past her.
Yes.
Video cameras. Okay, yeah, this is.
Yeah, and he had his hands full. He had a bag. He had his backpack on his shoulder, and he was holding a newspaper. He walked by her for 3/4 of a second. They passed each other, and she claimed he fingered her.
Yeah.
And then they arrested him, and they said they had enough evidence to charge the man. When they could look, you could look at the video. He never even looked at her.
Yeah, I saw that video about 2 years ago when they were trying. They were like slowing it down, and there's no way that he could have done that at the range that he was at, and the time. There was just no time to like.
And his hands were full.
Right.
And you know what's bullshit?
Hey guys, like here's the thing with this this whole new gun control that was passed yesterday. 2 hours, 80 pages of legislation. Fuck me. I have 2 of my state senators that voted for that. You know, I was on the fucking email going, you guys did this? That is fucked up. So when we have red flag laws like we do now, when this is passed, can you not imagine? Like it only takes one person's word or position in which to strip the Second Amendment rights from a person.
Which leads me to a question when you're done. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm drunk, but. This riled me up to. I mean, Stephen Crowder had a great expose of the nuances of what was passed, how it could affect the implications of vague law rules, and how Canada or not, because if it takes place in Canada, Trudeau, fucking Castro's bastard son, is going to go, oh. Yeah, maybe we can do that here too.
Well, they've already done it with the with him coming out the other day saying that you don't have a legal right to defend yourself in Canada with a firearm. He said that.
Really?
You look up the video. He said that Canadians do not have a right to use a firearm to defend themselves.
That is
not
disgusting.
Bodyguards.
Yeah, and he's surrounded by guys with automatic weapons.
Now, is he also talking about, like, if somebody breaks into your home at night?
You cannot shoot them. You do not have the right to protect yourself with a firearm in Canada, is exactly what he said.
Jesus. Unfucking believable.
I have talked to Canadians that I've had to interact with, and they were fairly liberal people, but the one guy I talked to, he lived... I don't think he was too far out of Edmonton, up by where Dak's at. But he told me, we have rifles. He says, I don't know anybody that has a handgun because they're a pain in the ass to get up there. But he says, we have rifles, but you have to keep your rifles in a safe, and you have to keep your ammunition in a locked container or safe away from the ammunition or away from the firearms. Yeah. So if you need a gun, you got to go run to 2 safes to get a gun to defend yourself. And now this Justine Castro comes out and says you don't have the right to defend yourself with a firearm in Canada.
But meanwhile, our police may not have gas to get to where you need to be.
Yeah,
that's what happened in Russia right after the Berlin Wall fell. People were out running the cops because they could only afford to fill their tank per shift at like a third of a tank. So they're just keep driving. The cop's going to run out of gas eventually.
I'd have made it my living to suck gas out of the cops' cars.
Well, hey, and Johnny, did you not see the state of or the city of Chicago has said that policemen do not have the right in which to chase a suspect?
They don't have the right to chase a suspect. I know that they are federally police do not have to respond to any type of call. but if they're saying that they're not allowed to, they don't have the right to go after a perpetrator, then
No,
they completely disarmed the cop. Then they've paid them nothing.
Well, exactly. And the city of Chicago, from what I've read, has said that if you are in pursuit, you do not have the obligation. It may be up to the individual officer if he wants to pursue it. You don't have the right in which to find that perp and tackle them and take them down.
Well, in New York City, they did this several years ago. If there's a mugging or a robbery or something like that, they cannot name the ethnicity of the perpetrator.
Well, yeah, we know that. Yeah, that's been on the books for a while now.
Yeah, so you say it's a 5'8" man wearing a black hooded sweatshirt. Okay, hit Times Square and see how many 5'8" black men or black sweatshirts there are.
Right?
Yeah,
Black
just men.
Right?
Yeah, they couldn't be. They can't name an ethnicity because that would be racially stereotyping and profiling.
Okay,
no, I'll bet if it was a white guy, I bet they'd say a Caucasian male.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would do that the other way around. Maybe not. I'm not really totally sure about how they would report that. But one question I have about the firearm, red flag laws. What is this boyfriend loophole that they've been talking about? Is it just some other
That's if your girlfriend.
It doesn't have to be a spouse.
It doesn't have to be a spouse now. It used to have to be a spouse.
Well,
and say, I'm afraid of him. He's got guns.
Oh Jesus! So they're going to try to disarm every fucking guy in the country.
Yeah. Even though women commit most of the fucking domestic violence.
70% of IPV is done by or initiated by women. Yes,
that's right.
And
that's right.
And I just posted a link if you guys care to look at it there. I posted it on the YouTube. But yeah, I mean, this just came out today. Chicago police are no longer allowed to chase.
It says no longer allowed to chase people.
I just and you're right. It's like
the final scene of the Blues Brothers movie is completely.
Yeah, they're gonna have to re-edit that.
Reality.
You can drive through a mall.
You
can drive through a mall and nothing will happen.
I mean, what's next? You're gonna have some random baby mama, right? She's gonna have her little bastards all around her, and then she's gonna go up and have the right to say, "Comrade Commissar, that man is my is the father," even though you never met her, right? now that's federally.
That's already happened, Johnny. There's been cases where guys have been put on the birth certificate of a kid they didn't even know.
Whoa.
And this one guy was a black guy can't remember what city he was in. He was with this woman
in Austin, Texas.
Was it? And then he moved away. They were dating, and then he moved away. Well, she gets knocked up by some other dude, and then she puts his name, unbeknownst to him. He wasn't even living in that town anymore. Puts his name on there because she needed a name on the birth certificate. So they go after this cat for child support.
Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare.
And they said, well, you don't have to pay any more child support. And this is after what was it, Brandon, 18 years? 16 years?
Longer than that. The kid was fully grown, and they finally got the DNA evidence in, and it wasn't his kid.
Yeah, and they said he doesn't have to pay any more child support, but he still has to pay the back child support.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. God damn it. This
like the
pisses me
worst
off
shit,
so much.
dude.
Welcome, Shinobi One.
Holy shit.
So,
What's up, Shinobi?
Squirrel Slayer,
Yeah.
there, wrap it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say about the guns.
Don't free nut in any of them.
Yeah, well, about the guns, man. The first income tax that I ever got. That's the first thing I did was I went down to the gun store and I just seen the biggest gun that was there, and it was I just read the tag. I seen 45 long Colt, and it was Smith & Wesson Model 25. It doesn't shoot 44 Magnum, but it looks exactly like the one Dirty Harry uses, and I scooped that
Right.
thing up as soon as I could.
Of course, you lost it in a boating accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I lost
sucks,
all
man.
mine.
When the boat
I was
tips
with
over,
Chris Mitchell, and I lost all mine on an ice fishing boating fire accident.
Yeah, I hated when I lost all my guns too. It was a tragic day.
I was depressed for 2 weeks.
Well,
I'm gonna
Well,
lose this one tomorrow at the lake too.
Oh, gee whiz. What a nice piece.
Well, I got that gun, man, but I got ammo stockpile, so I'm fine on that. But I looked at one of the gun shows here, and this motherfucker wanted at $95 a box of not even 50. It was like box of 25 for 45 long Colt, and I was like, I'm so glad that I bought a few boxes of 50 before everything hit the fan.
Wow.
Everything sucks now.
It does.
Squirrel, if you're interested, I reload, but I mean, shit, you can get a Dillon 550.
Yeah.
With dies and powder.
Yeah.
If you reload 1,000 rounds, you would pay for that. Maybe not too full, but 30%.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Well, and what do you call it? I know only about one other guy that shoots 45 long Colt, but he's, I think he reloads, but kind of hard, seen him once at the shooting range, never again.
Well, just hang
the
out there. I
government
mean,
got him.
like my shooting club, those guys, like if you're contrite and interested and want to learn about reloading, these guys would, I mean, most of them, I've had guys come over and we'll do, 200 or 300 rounds of 9mm, 100 for them, 100 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, hey, you know what? I mean, it's a piece of equipment, and again, you need to pay for primers. Primers are tough right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really tough to get. But
Powder's getting tough too.
Yeah, powder I haven't had a problem with yet.
At this point,
go ahead.
Go on.
No, you.
No, I mean,
I was gonna say at this. I was gonna say at this point, man, I'm just kind of saving up for a gun that has a more common round, something like an AK-47 or I don't want an AR-15, but something with rounds that are under $2.
My take: get an SBR with 9mm cartridge. You're good. I mean, you don't need a 223.
Oh yeah, 9mm is
$300.
No, I heard Puddinhead say that 9mm will blow your lungs out your back.
Blow them right out.
9mm will do the job. Yep.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I think I lost 9mm in a boating accident.
Oh, that's
tragic, man.
I know. I didn't have insurance on them or nothing.
I've got a AR-15, like fully chambered 5.56, but I've got a 22 conversion kit from Spikes.
Yeah.
Like that's as long as it doesn't jam. I mean, it is a little finicky at times. With the gumming or whatever.
All 22s are though.
Yeah.
D-man. The price is $5,000, and then it goes up from there, depending on what you get.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I
was answering D-man in chat.
Oh, okay. But I'm like, like that little like pepper spray that I have, maybe it might be a little bit more. Dude, that would like cause somebody to take pause. So I don't need to kill him. I just don't want him to get in my fucking, townhome.
Right, exactly.
So if I were you, Squirrel, I would get. I don't think I would waste my money on a 22 rifled. I would get a 5.56.
Nah.
and
Yep.
get a conversion, and then know how that works. And I mean, 22s are still relatively inexpensive, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I made one of the worst purchases in all of my existence at the gun store once, because there was an
You bought a
Arisaka. Well, there was an Arisaka Type 99, and I seen that thing. It was like about $300, and I just, I couldn't leave without it. And it shoots 7.7 Japanese, and I was like, yeah, I was like justifying the purchase. I was like, yeah, man, yeah, I could totally, I could buy that. I could reload the rounds. The purchase ever, man. But I mean, I love that gun. It's just the rounds. It's like $60 a box of 20, and you gotta figure out how to reload them.
You know
So,
what
I
you
mean,
should get, Squirrel? You should get one of those old Soviet burp guns with the big barrel underneath it. It shoots 7.65s. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, holy yeah!
After the Berlin, after the communism ended, I mean, those things were flooding the market because I mean they were actually still in use, and people were just putting them out.
One thing you guys got to remember, Biden just passed a deal for 7.62 by 39 made in Russia, which they make most of the 7.62 by 39 for AKs and SKSs.
Mm-hmm.
He put a ban on there that if they have a license to produce it, to import it as of right now, they can still do it. But what he's trying to do is not have anybody be able to import it after their license expires. They won't renew their license. So what that's going to do is in the next couple of years, it's going to put basically, unless Palmetto State Armory is talking about producing 7.62 by 39, and I think they want to do it in steel case, so it's a cheap. Hornady makes a 7.62 by 39, but it's brass case. It's not so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But just be mindful of that. If you're going to do that, get yourself a couple thousand rounds and just hold on to them and shoot. Don't.
The AK is it's a decent gun, but it's not. It doesn't have the longer range accuracy.
Well, no. I was thinking of just we got kind of a gun regularly around here, and I was thinking of just going all out and buying an M1 Grand. It's 30-06, but I don't know. They're just something about them. They're pretty sexy. No, never shot one.
They're very heavy. They weigh about 11 pounds.
That's no problem.
I hunted with an M1 Grand for a long time. It's a great air rifle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
a great round, but if you don't reload, like good luck.
Millions of people in the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you would need to reload that. I mean,
definitely.
Yeah.
Depending on your motivation, as far as buying firearms, I don't know if it's if for hunting or if it's a shit hits the fan situation, but you might think about buying firearms that a lot of other people have. So if things go wrong, and I'm thinking 5.56, 9mm, and 40 caliber.
Yeah.
So if you got to scoop up ammo, try to find common arms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Brandon's got the cops.
Oh, just talking to some friends.
Okay.
Hey, we got the.
Hi, police officer.
Are you whacking off in your car, Brandon?
Howdy, sir.
Howdy. There's drugs in the van, sir.
Brandon, can we do our meth deal later, or do you need more time?
Do you have your driver's license? I do.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Tell him you don't answer
Hey.
questions.
Tell him we are live streaming
Hold
this right
on.
now. We are watching.
Let's not fuck with
I'm
him
not
and make
driving.
anything
I'm
worse.
traveling.
You know what? We should probably just be quiet.
They're giving you a hard time.
Yeah, they are.
All right, just be with
I mean, you know, he's like, hey,
Brandon, you might want to mute unless you want to hear us heckle you.
Step out of the car, sir.
He borrowed my driver's license to clean off my my license plate.
He's my brother-in-law. He stole my fucking car.
this,
I
here's a
use
guy
my
that's-
driver's license to cut coke.
Brandon's just like hanging out.
Oh, what else
doing
are you going to
his
use
own
it
thing,
for?
And Popo comes up and, hey, what are you doing?
Well, last time it was a couple of lesbians that turned him in because he creeped them out. So now he must be hanging out at Sonic or something.
Brandon,
No, I'm at the Dollar General store.
Dollar General.
Have
there's
you guys
one
ever
light.
seen anything like this before?
Oh yeah, this is not the first time.
Yeah, this has happened before.
I saw it before. Yeah. I was on it,
Brandon
but-
does have that like little like Epstein like beard thing going on. I don't know.
I've got three fucking cop cars here.
Holy moly, man! They need business.
That's fucking high profile.
Hey,
God
Brandon,
damn.
are you in a duty to notify state? Is Kansas? Do you have to give them your name if they request it?
No.
I don't know if I do or not, but I don't give a shit.
Well, in Nebraska, you do. If they have a reasonable and articulable suspicion, you have to provide ID. But some states they don't, and they say if you come up there and they just want your ID, you can say no, I'm not giving you my ID.
Well, I
you
wouldn't
can sit there
do
and
that
argue with them
because-
about it, and they'll leave.
Yeah, I don't know the laws on any of that, and I wouldn't do that anyways. I've got absolutely nothing to hide.
I think the best thing that we can do is not be very vocal when the police officer comes back. You know, some of them guys take real offense to that, and they might give Brandon his time. So let's not do that.
No, this guy's he was laughing.
Angler.
All right.
It wasn't the same one, was it, Brandon?
No, a different guy. The last time I was a younger guy.
Yeah, we had him on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hey,
were
Brandon.
on it, Father Saunders. I think Mandy was on it.
Brandon, I think it's because of the dead body that's hanging up above your head.
Oh.
Oh, so that's what that is. Okay.
It's the hooker in the trunk.
That and he's driving a hearse.
Did you strangle her or
Driving around with a hooker on the roof.
He's not Whoremaxxer.
Yeah, right.
right? Dude, that guy was so.
Are you aware that you have a hooker on the roof?
I'm Whoremaxxing. Do you mind?
Just because you can put your girlfriend in the trunk and your dog and see which one's more.
I don't have a
happy
trunk.
you.
Swear to God, it's a blow up doll.
Well, that's the problem. If you don't have a trunk, well, shit.
Thank you very much.
I clean that tag off a little bit till you can read it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was joking when you borrowed this so you can clean it off.
Gentlemen, I'm
night.
gonna have to leave here.
Okay, squirrel.
It
night,
was
Squirrel.
great talking to you, Brandon, Angler, Johnny, pooping while standing, mouth agape, ape. We'll have to do this again sometime.
All right,
It's
man.
nice to meet you, young man.
For sure, bro.
Yes,
Hey.
sir.
Squirrel,
Well, I'll see y'all later.
Later, squirrel.
keep your dick in your pants, brother. Don't
Yep.
make the mistake that.
Don't get married.
Yes.
And don't get married.
Do
Good
not.
times.
And even if you have a kid, don't get married.
No. Hundreds of thousands of dollars later, you will appreciate that advice. But
Oh, great. Now I have the frickin' StreamYards. I'm going to get pink eye now. Look at this. That
So,
sucker was in
Angler,
my eye last night. This
so
stupid
Angler,
duck.
sorry, Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm just giving.
No,
Brandon-
I want to know like what the latest was with Angler because I know you had some shit going on. I don't know, 2 months ago, month and a half ago.
With me?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought you were like, trying to figure out like, can I stay here, take care of my kids, or be closer to them?
Oh, well,
Another opportunity. Did you get good?
everything's going in the right direction. Yes.
Good to hear, man.
Good deal. Good deal.
Very good deal. Absolutely. You know what? A lot of things when you're down in the middle of it, they seem scary. They seem freaking hopeless and forever. But you know what? If you keep doing what you need to do to correct that problem, eventually, it does right itself. Now, I don't know how much easier it's going to be in the future. The way Clown World keeps ramping up, almost by the month. But yeah, Angler, it's good to see that you've got yourself, going right where it's supposed to be going. So that's good to hear, man. We were all kind of worried.
I know. And looking back, I kind of feel bad, but I reached out in the only way that I knew how.
Do not feel bad. Do not feel bad about it. Like I said, I mean, when you were in that position at that time, and when you were in those situations, it's you feel like you're at the bottom of a barrel and your back's against the wall, but you're climbing out of that barrel and you see that there is a way out. I know this sounds like platitudes, but
so you're saying that it's everybody gets a turn of the barrel?
Well, anybody that's not red pill, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Is this a crabs in the bucket analogy?
No, there's an old joke. This guy joins the French Foreign Legion. And I can tell you a couple Foreign Legion jokes. Anyways, this one, they go out and the sergeant major is showing him all around the fort. And he says, Sergeant Major, what do you do if you get horny? And the Sergeant Major shows him this barrel. He says, you stick your dick in there. And, the guy's like, oh, okay. So he's out. In the first week, he doesn't do anything. Second week, he doesn't do anything. And the third week, he's like, I got to bust a nut. So he's like, gets over there to the barrel. And he starts going to town. It's like, oh, this feels good. Yeah. So he hits it a couple more nights. And, then the weekend comes along and Sergeant Major gets him up in right after morning chow and says, soldier, it's your day in the barrel.
That's awesome.
Oh God. All right, I'm out of here.
Slippy slide. It's
that
a
was
slippy
good
slide.
one, Brandon. I mean, they're all good, but that was funny. All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll
See you
talk to
later,
y'all
Johnny.
later.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny.
Good to see you, Johnny. Take care.
yeah, of course.
Johnny, how's your album going?
It's going well. It's going really well. I am slated to record in Chicago in the end of September. So,
hey, Johnny.
Yeah,
Polska is there for you, brother.
I'm sure he is, and hopefully he can. If I have any money left, hopefully
bring
we
you
can go to
beer.
the bar. Yeah,
give you a shot.
Yeah.
He can show you where there's a young dominatrix that'll whoop your ass for free.
Yeah, she only has one leg too, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
nasty.
Eileen. You guys know Eileen?
Eileen.
Yeah. I
Do
know
not let him
Eileen.
take you to Subway.
Oh, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. See
All
you.
right, take care, Johnny.
Bye-bye.
Later, John.
All right, so Angler. So I'm pleased that like things are good. You didn't have to move. I mean, there was that whole discussion of moving to other parts of the country in order where you would not be close to your kids. So good.
Yep. Okay. I hate talking about this shit, but I'll go ahead and spill it quickly.
Well, don't share it if you don't want to, but I just remember like.
No, it's fine.
Paramount was your kids, so good for you.
Yep. I'm working with the unemployment office. My whole career has been in manufacturing, and the way things are going with my body, like my left leg is completely breaking down, so I can't do that line of work anymore. So I'm working with the unemployment office to transition to a career or at least work, that gets me off my feet. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it sucks. It's embarrassing, but it has to be done. So that gets me off my feet. So
well, you got to do what you have to do to keep on going, man.
It has to be done.
You got to do what you have to.
Hey guys, my Bluetooth shit the brick again. Echo or let me know.
It's echoing.
All right. I'll mute.
You're echoing my poop while pooping.
That means he's got a big butt. Either that or not enough water in the toilet. One or the other.
Oh, he muted himself, so we can talk about him, and he doesn't say nothing.
Yeah.
There we go.
So they needed 3 cops to pull over a minivan that wasn't moving,
right,
in a parking lot.
And 2 of them are still here having a chit chat.
Well, they're thinking about what they're going to plant on you to get you out of the car and then beat your ass. I say run.
I ain't running.
We'll see you on the news.
Yes, man.
I knew some people back home.
Man complies with all police orders.
I knew a guy back home that would run. If he was walking and a cop come around him, he would take off running. And he wouldn't do nothing wrong. He would just take off running, and half the time they'd chase him. And they caught him one time and they said, "Why the hell do you run?" He goes, "I always run from cops."
Dude.
And he didn't do anything wrong. He was clean. He'd see a cop. If he was walking, he'd look at him, just take off running as fast as he could in the other direction. And it just drove those cops nuts.
When I was a young dumb shit, the group of friends that I ran with at the time, every time the cops would come, we'd do the same thing just to fuck with them. We'd all take off running in different directions, and they would.
Like that dog in the movie Up, squirrel.
Well, I knew some guys too that when the ice cream truck comes around in the summertime and you hear that horn, you hear that calliope music going,
You're the whip man.
Your friends that always got horny when they heard that.
These guys would run after. They'd let that ice cream truck get about a block ahead of them, and the ice cream truck driver, they're saddest, man. They make kids run. They just like, okay, I'll just keep going another half a block, and all these little bastards will run and chase me and scream, "Stop, stop!"
Mm-hmm.
And so these guys were chasing after him. They got about a block ahead of them, and they were chasing after him. They're going, "Wait, wait." Wait, and that guy kept driving, and they go, "Wait," and he finally pulled over, and they kept running by him screaming, "Wait," and just kept running down the block. That son of a bitch got in his ice cream truck and tried to chase him down. And they were running down the street going, "Wait!"
Oh, God.
I had some jacked up friends. We had fun though. We stayed out of trouble.
The good old days. Yep.
Yeah, the stuff you can't do now. You run from a cop now, they'll run you over with a car.
Fuck no,
Hey, are you in a biker gang?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you might have been.
No. I own 3 motorcycles, but I don't. I like to ride alone. I don't like riding in a group of a bunch of drunk people.
Brandon, that is like so. Motorcyclist.
Yeah, racist.
You fuckers don't know nothing. I was in a gang.
Weird. Doesn't mean that he's in a gang. Come on.
Well, okay, it's a club.
Okay, a club, Brandon, but
A
just
gay
because
club?
it's in the club. Well, all right. So literally, all right. True story. Last night or what? Tuesday night.
I'm
Go
sorry.
to-
Hey,
Yeah.
this is my fucking joke. I get to talk before you start running the business.
Yeah, please. I want to laugh.
Okay. Now I was in a club for a while, and you could either fight your way in, or if you were a chick, you could do the other thing, or you could like pass the test. And
Which
we had
what,
this gal
anal
come out
or
once.
vaginal or all right, go ahead.
Yeah, we had this old gal come out once, and she decided she was going to pass the test. So, they took her out. She said, "Okay, you got to start the Harley up. Pick up your old man." They said, "This guy here, this big fat guy, he's your old man. Get him on the hog and ride him around, and ride him back to the clubhouse." So she did that, and they're like, "Can you do any tricks?" And she gets on the bike and does some donuts, and pops a wheelie and comes back. And then they got one last question for her. They said to her, "Hey, have you ever been picked up by the fuzz?" And she said, "No, but I've been slung around by the tits a few times."
Oh God.
It felt pretty good until they like really pinched my neck to hang on. Oh,
I gotta go. It's 3 hours.
Yeah, it is
You've
3
been talking
hours.
for 3 hours. That's a pretty good stream, actually.
yeah, no,
Yep.
I enjoyed it. And I was telling I don't know who I was telling Human and Coltrane. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Coltrane was one of my original OGs. 2013, 14 or whatever. And he was on a stream with Human and they went to Discord. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go join it and find out what's going on. Got to talk to him for an hour and a half. Man, that dude, I mean, we all have our perspectives, but I think Coltrane, Barbarossa, Stardust, they were like the original guys that kind of got it right. And so anyway, it made my night to be able to hang out with him and get input from him and Human and a couple other guys. I was like, oh fuck. I mean, we all know where things are, but that guy got us to go. What you thought was real, what you thought was the blue pill, yeah. Anyway, it was a momentous night of which that I really appreciate him from. And getting back to been drinking a lot of IPAs. Brandon, the fact that you have these live streams, and I think I told this to MGTOW Cowboy. I mean, there's an element of which that we may not solve any fucking thing, but we hang out and have a good time. I mean, so even though that you may not have, I don't know how many people that have viewed this. I mean, who gives a shit? Like, it's 4 or 5 guys hanging out, talking, connecting. And that, to me, is very rare today. Like, similar guys we're either afraid to like put that out there and go, what's your position or whatever, or like it's just we don't have like the barber space that we did in yesteryears. Anyway,
well, that's one of the reasons I booted all the women.
I think it's good. Like I think I can't remember her name, Dimitri or whatever. Yeah, it's like you can go on I don't know, Reddit or whatever, and probably get safe space.
Well, there's thousands of YouTube channels that are women specific.
And by the way, speaking of feminine channels, Femsplain and Just Pearly Things. Yeah, at first I was like, yeah, here we go again, more chameleons, like what was her name, Rona Army or whatever. Like I don't like her at all. But those two, Just Pearly Things, the way that she has challenged other men, I would say that she is like an upcoming Karen Strawn.
Mhm.
Well, she can do her thing. I'm going to do mine.
I get it, but it is good to see her challenging other women that you and I could not do.
I don't see any reason to fight with anybody.
Did you guys see that Billy Von Baum short with the tranny today?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
You got to watch that with the tranny that's talking about don't let your kids go to these things because trannies are dancing at clubs and a lot of explicit stuff goes on there. A lot of stuff that kids don't need to see. You need to watch that one. It's real short, but it's on point because it's actually one of them saying, it's called He Says as She Against Them or something like that.
Okay.
It's a short. He put it out today. So
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, did you see it, Brandon?
I did.
Yeah, it's really good because it's short to the point, and this man, woman, whatever is like. It kind of starts out like you're thinking, oh yeah, they're going to defend it. Yeah, send your kids to all this and stuff. It's okay. Well, then the tables get turned, and then and then she or he, whatever, says, don't do this because of the things that happen there. And then Base Chris did one with a bunch of kids standing there, and there was this dude dressed up as a woman, and he's doing a strip tease basically, and squats down in front of them, and they blurred it out, but his cock and balls is hanging out in front of these kids, and he's dressed up like a woman.
Jesus.
And then they show the kids, and this one little girl has this look on her face like she does not know what the hell's going on. It's like, why does this look like a woman? And it's just like she's seeing this. Yeah, and then there's people in the back taking pictures and smiling and laughing. It's like grooming these kids. It's sickening.
New York City spends $200,000 a year to pay for tranny story hour.
I'll tell you what.
How dare somebody call them out and say, as parents, we really don't want to spend our taxpayer dollars. And they're like,
you're labeled as a homophobe and a bigot.
Yeah, transgender homophobe. Oh, fuck me. I mean, literally, I as much as I would like to have been a dad, my former ex-wife tried to baby trap me. I am so fucking thankful that did not come to fruition. She had a partial molar pregnancy. I look at it like, thank God. I mean, because I would either kidnap her or him and take him to Eastern Tennessee, and I just anyway. Sorry, I'm drunk.
My son lives. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. It's almost like they're trying to push people to the limit until somebody snaps and goes into one of these places and mows them down, and then they can say, "Oh my God, we're victims. We need more laws. We need special status and more gun control laws." They're pushing people until somebody actually flips.
Yeah, I think there's a semblance of that. That is absolutely right. Like, we want to know what triggers to that point where a father says, no mas, I am done. I am not going to let my kid, be a boy or a girl, be indoctrinated.
Well, you're going to see in the Senate or in Congress, you're going to see a pedo bill come out. You within the next couple of years, I'll almost guarantee it, you're going to see where they're going to say that having sex with a kid is okay. It's natural, and they're going to try to make a law where it's no longer a crime.
Yep.
Just like they tried to do in California.
It's coming.
Anyways, final thoughts, gentlemen.
I was just going to say that my son lives around this shit. His mother took in 2 of her second cousins because the mother ended up being a meth head and lost custody of the children. So she's now the legal guardian. And now one of these girls, I believe she's 11 or 12 years old, is now identifying as a boy.
Oh.
So my son lives and it's being nurtured. It's not being like they don't have her in therapy to try to correct the problem. They're enabling this girl that thinks she's a boy. And there's also another cousin that does not live in the household, about the same age, that has done the same thing. A girl that is now identifying as a boy.
Well, it's the hip thing to do, because I've got a cousin that his kids are in high school and junior high, and her boyfriend in high school identifies as being bisexual because half the kids in the school identify as being bisexual.
It's the thing.
And then the junior high has a lesbian running the library, and she just had her boobs cut off, and she has propaganda posters and flags all over the inside of the library. If you say anything about it, they come down on you and expel you and try to throw a hate crime on you.
Jesus.
Well, and there's an element in which that it's almost like kids compete now, you know, whereas
they're trying to one up the Joneses, who could be gayer.
now it's like, who's the more transgender acceptance, or who is transgender?
And it's all attention seeking and validation from the internet.
Exactly.
It's just
they're trying to
don't have their dads. They don't have their fucking dads, and it's going to hell.
Yep.
Well, anyways, gentlemen, we can talk about that another night. It's after midnight here, and I got a half-hour drive back to the homestead. So,
and you got the cops watching you.
Yeah, that's been live PD.
They finally left.
Brandon, thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
Night, brothers.
Gentlemen, it was enjoyable talking to you, as always.
Hey, you guys take care.
All right. Later.
See you guys.